Right, welcome everyone who may be witnessing the scene from any and all corners of time and space. Something that I am sure I will be able to say with, I don't know. Not something I'll be able to say a certain way, but whose audience will no doubt be vast and varied. And that will no doubt be pleased that this message is reaching them, but... Yes, I think this song is about to end, but I think this is unfortunately one of those songs that, even though it's quite good, it just kinda ends abruptly, so let's take a peek. What's gonna play immediately after this ends if... Well, if there is no silence between when this file finishes playing and there's something else playing, but no, there was like 2 seconds of silence, so I took that opportunity to just stop it, so... I guess we're gonna act on that and head straight on over to the scene in which we are able to look at the game, and it looks like that for some reason. Hold on. Oh, it still looks like that. Hold on, let me see. So the wires might be in need of some adjustment. I can't imagine why that would be, since that looks perfectly fine on my TV right now, and... No, it's still doing that. It looks perfectly fine on my TV right now, and... What's this doing here? And that gets... Oh shit, I just pressed the button by accident, hold on. This might be a good thing. Well... It looks fine on my TV, which... that's like at the receiving end of all the friggin... At the far end of this whole cable setup, because it like... The cable goes out of the Wii U. And then it goes into my capture card, and then there's another cable that goes out of my capture card and it goes into the TV, and that's how all of those things get a feed. So I can't really understand why it could be that my capture card is getting a bum deal here. I will hope it's not anything that's like popped completely out of nowhere, because this was working perfectly fine last week. That's popped completely out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it's gonna turn out that I need to change something more, because that would be terrible. Let's see. Okay, so it should show the Wii U logo right now with static, no problems. Okay, now it works. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I guess restarting the Wii U fixed it. Even though that was a complete accident. But let's go back and let's actually play the game. I think nearly 15 minutes in is probably a good time for us to start playing a video game, and surprising precisely no one. I think you will find that once again I did absolutely nothing off stream. Which means that, well, I don't think I needed to anyway, because I did hit like level 30 or maybe a little bit higher than that while finishing up stream last time, which means that I should be able to continue on with the plot mission immediately upon starting this time, but also means that I'm not quite as overpowered as I could be, which is not to say that I would be very overpowered to begin with, but you know, I should start making a habit of it. I mean, like, as far as games that I've been wanting to like play while I'm not streaming, there's a few games, but very few games that I've had my eye on recently. Mostly just been throwing time away with, well, I say throwing time away, but it's games I actually enjoy, which are a bunch of Picross games that I downloaded for the Switch recently because they were all on sale. Okay, let's go with Lifehold Squad, yes. Where's my Lifehold Squad? 21Q048. I've heard that apparently if you want to play with like other people, you need to know what your squad is. There's probably a way to check that once you've actually started playing the game, but I don't know what that is, so I should, I don't know, probably, if I'm gonna keep playing this game, I should probably make a note of that and like, I don't know, put it in a bot command. Hey, put exclamation point squad or something to see where I am, but I haven't actually done that yet, so don't actually do that if for some reason you just came to the stream and you just heard me say that, because it won't actually work, but I don't know how much good that would actually do at this point in time, just because, you know, I'm not really focusing on any kind of multiplayer stuff yet anyway, because I'm just trying to get through the game. all the single player parts of it. Like, maybe I'll feel more compelled to do it afterwards, but yeah. Speaking of the game, we're back in the game, and there's 10 minutes to finish the remaining squad task, which is hunt 10 Petramantle, 9 now. So you're gonna loop back around and it's gonna say 9, no, this time it's still gonna say 10, but if I loop it back around like this, it still says 10, so I guess 10 is the default thing, and the only dynamic number is the one that you see on the actual symbol there, as that objective is, yeah, is made progress on. So, I know it's Caicus, Orvis, and Vendura Scalder 4. I'm guessing that because all those things were presumably accomplished before I actually joined the squad, I didn't actually get any rewards for it, but I do get some division spoils. Which I'm guessing is gonna be the same thing as always, which is the, like, the lowest tier rewards that I always just get, because why wouldn't I get them? I mean, I can use reward tickets like buy whatever, but I want global Nemesis battle spoils. I think I have at least been in a world where a global Nemesis spawned at least once upon a time, but I sure didn't have any effort in trying to fight it or anything. But I wonder, no missions available to join. Squad missions. Maybe I can do stuff like this. Doesn't look like a lot of it is shoot, what do you call it? Doesn't look like a lot of it is endgame level focused or anything, because I'm pretty sure endgame level is supposed to be like 60. I think that's a level cap based on what I've read. I keep saying that, but it just seems like a weird level cap still to me, as opposed to 100, which is 199, which I'm pretty sure is the level cap in both of the other Xenoblade games, but also this, like level 20 or 30, I am level 30 now. So I could do at least one of these, so who knows, maybe I could try out one of these if I don't, can't think of anything better to do after I'm done with like the plot stuff and trying to find some affinity missions or something, but no, the only real reason that I came over here was to get my division rewards, which, oh, what do you know, there's actually one other thing that I can get right now. Pathfinder's rank 6. If it's division rewards, is it really dependent on me, or is it dependent on my division? So I switch my division. I mean, let's see. Pathfinders is where we're at. Interceptors is... I guess we're not really getting as much stuff from the Pathfinders anymore, because we're, like, hanging out in areas that we've already explored. So I should probably, you know, switch. Let's see. Training Scouted Blades. I don't even know how that would work. Leveling up arms and effectors, R&D points. Apparently interceptors get the better of it, but they just get stuff from defeating enemies and completing missions. I should probably... I mean, this is probably the best option at this point, because what else we got? Wreckage and data probes. I think we're getting more out of this now than the Pathfinder stuff. Ooh, sorry. I should probably not be hunching over forward like I am right now, but I'll do it right after I get out of this menu. That's a good compromise. Hitting collectibles and defeating tyrants, but not regular enemies. I feel like this would be the best one if it had, if the division point stuff would be defeating the regular enemies and obtaining collectibles, because that would be very easy to do, but at this point I think that we're gonna be going with interceptors, sure. Also get stuff from defeating tyrants, no? No, tyrants is just harriers, but there we go. Apparently Pathfinders are like 3rd place, that's not so bad. Not sure we'll go ahead and carry on with a new division, I suppose. But first we'll try to just get straight into the next plot mission and see what happens, I think. I'll accept this mission. Okay, so we need to kick someone out of the party. Namely this guy. But we should be able to accept it once he's out of the party, right? 10% of Mira and the Matchmaker, which we have done, which the Matchmaker was like... furthering Lao's storyline, wasn't it? So... maybe he'll be involved in this, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say, but the words just aren't coming out. Alright, so we can't start this. Chapter 8. Sure, let's do it. What could possibly go wrong?
What am I in the mood to make?
I had a feeling that to do another one of these, but... I don't remember, like, if the last time we did this, we had something specific in mind for what the last one of these would be. Yes, let's make chicken sauté for now, so that it's not like the simplest thing that we leave for last.
Now that is a good idea.
Lily! Lily! What is Lily making?
Yep, we're just gonna stand here and gaze into the abyss as this sound continues on, I guess. No reason to comment on that. Does this mean that we don't actually get to see this dish that we picked for this chapter? It's just interrupted. Oh boy, but apparently whatever's coming, it's gonna take quite a minute to load. I guess chicken sauté is the chosen dish to never actually be rendered in this playthrough in particular. Should probably remember that. I guess nobody actually knows what that is, or else somebody would probably be saying something or doing something. So we're not alone in just staring off into the horizon. Not really reacting to whatever that means. Could it be because the power supply is running out and that specific number triggers it?
Those of you that have served under me, here or on the White Whale, know I'm not one to mince words. So, I'll get right to the point. We are at war. Even now, the hostile alien force known as the Ganglia is marching on New Los Angeles. We know they possess Skell-class ground-based units, and we have reports of unidentified flying weaponry as well. Director General Chosan is attempting to open a dialogue. But our enemy has shown no signs of being open to negotiation. In light of all this, it is my duty to prepare us all for the worst. And this is why I've called an emergency assembly of all Blade divisions. To be clear, none of this changes our mission with regards to recovering the Lifehold. But in the short term, it is absolutely crucial that we protect our city. Not just for our fellow humans, but for the Manon and our other xenoform allies as well. New Los Angeles is home to us all, including our brothers and sisters yet to be awakened. In that spirit, the Manon have agreed to use their ship to ferry all non-combatants out of the combat zone. This is a temporary measure, but also a very good example of how we all, human and xenoform alike, must sacrifice and contribute to our common cause. For those of us who will fight, I promise you that once we prevail, Any mimeosome damaged or destroyed will be fully restored. Troops, a trying battle awaits us, but we must repel the coming invasion, no matter what the cost. We're counting on you.
Alright, so it's just a guess, but I am guessing that it might actually be approaching some kind of a temporary you have to do plot things or you're not gonna be able to do anything else state.
You all heard what Nagi said. Ganglion forces are closing in on the city. I'd love it if Shosan could negotiate our way out of this, but we all know better.
They've made their feelings about humans pretty clear.
Our team has been assigned the most crucial defensive position. The administrative district gate. If we lose Blade HQ, that's it. We've lost the war. We have to expect the Ganglion know this, and we'll hit it hard.
Yeah. No pressure there. Do we know where everyone else is stationed?
Irina's by the entrance to the industrial district. Doug's on standby until we make visual contact with the enemy. And Lau's guarding the hangar.
Tatsu will manage supply lines. Use Nopon connections to keep key materials stocked.
Thanks, Tatsu. When this is all over, I'll bake you into a delicious meal.
Tatsu heard you say into, Lindley.
And you, Rook, you ready?
Right, there's our prompt. You can take them all by yourself or are actually a bit scared. Well, I mean, I guess our actual answer here would depend on how meta we're getting, but yeah, sure, we'll do it eventually. That's the real, that's a bit of an addendum there.
Just don't get so cocky you bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah. Remember, we're a team. We need to work together.
Let's move out.
Alright. Ganglion forces are approaching the Fenula against the onslaught. Guess we're just gonna have to do something like, I don't know, well, this is pretty chill music for the current situation. I kind of would have expected that maybe this would be changed, because I don't know, this kind of reminds me of the war sequence from hello. Well, there's an up on here, but I guess we're not gonna comment on that or interact with it. Kind of reminds me of the war sequence from about the halfway point of Tales of Fantasia, where you're just like going through the war zone. We can check this, but apparently it doesn't matter that the Nopon's in the way. What's shop terminal? What about you? Shesh. When city is in really deep well, Angelic Crisis is perfect time to make big money. And helping hand. AM terminal and shop terminal, really. Right up on my whatever friend needs to make Ganglion go away, Ganglion. Well, sure, I'd like to do that, but what if I don't have money? Well, I mean, I do have money, but what if I didn't have money? That's a real question. Maybe I should update my, try to update my equipment, but there's clearly no reason why I shouldn't be able to kill everything with what I have now, surely. Where the sortie? Alright, so, do you want me to do that? Maybe I should do it, hold on. Sure, we'll check out the shop terminal. I guess we'll cater to my current class. Let's see. Why can't I use any of these? Attack 4, 16, 7. No, I can. Oh, if I can get them, how come it doesn't actually? It's level 60. That's why. Hold on. Level 30. Yeah. This one's not as good. Apparently, none of what I could get would even be as good as what I have. Might be the thing. What about longsword? Like, is any of this gonna be not red on the file thing? See, this seems like it would be better. Oh wait a minute, I just realized why, because it's not even the... it's not my class stuff, that's why. It took me a second to that click, but... I don't know, apparently the stuff that I have currently is more or less... among the best of what's open to me right now. Well, this one might be better. I don't see anything red that would be worse there, so I might buy one of these. Ophidian dual guns too. Sure, why not? And as for the dual swords, let's just see how do we got. We got from going from 40 to maybe something else, to maybe looking like, I don't know, the dual blades in Monster Hunter. Some of them just look like weird wings when you're putting them away and they're just resting on your back. I would use these couple blades too. I see no reason I wouldn't, other than maybe something like, I don't know, special abilities that, you know, like in Monster Hunter, where you don't really want to just look at the raw numbers, but also at the special skills that they give you. But yes, we're getting re-outfitted. Hopefully it will only take a couple minutes here. Oh boy. I'd have to switch my freaking... my vanity gear after this. Just because, why not? But, let's see. Defense 105, defense 106. What's the problem here? Let's see. Lower some of my attribute resistance, but... it's probably not a big deal. I have negative resistance for one attribute, but I don't know what that even is. I don't even remember what those symbols mean. Looks like I'm gonna have some negative stuff even with... I have negative stuff to the blue symbol with like the swirly icon on it. I don't know what that is, but looks like that's gonna be the case no matter what I pick. Could go with Vivid Vitra. I don't know, apparently that's... well, this one has higher raw defense. You know, this one might be good too. This one is the most expensive one, but apparently it might be the better option. As far as... yeah, sure, why not? We'll go with that. As far as the balance between the different things that you can benefit from there, seeing this one. I'll just go with this one, sure. David Wahlberg Heavyware. Maybe I should take off the vanity armor for the torso, we'll see. Now what about me arms? Vivid Manners, Vivid Westel, Vivid Manners, Kuro. It seems like we're gonna have the same problem with choosing as with the friggin' things, the headgear in that. We need to look not only at I think we'll go with this, if it matters. Or both of them, I guess. And as for the bottoms, let's see. Looking not only at the raw defense, but also at the resistances. I'm guessing that's probably a good idea. 32 versus 36. That would put that in the negative, and this would put it in the positive. David Krura. Meredith and Co. Candid Incredible. Well, this is the Candid Incredible gear, which is the Manon gear, but... I guess we're gonna stick with this for now. All the vivid stuff. So I guess that's us, re-outfitted. What about Elma? What can we give her that's better? I don't think much in terms of the weapon. I can buy one of these, or just outfit with something different that we already have. I think we'll probably keep her at more or less the same, because it doesn't look like she can hear stuff that's really that much better. What about her gear, though? Actually, before we even buy anything, what if we just like take our spare gear and give it to them without actually buying anything more? Fairly sure that's actually how I did it last time anyway, so let's see. Sorry, dual guns. Well, apparently these are better. We'll go with that. So, yeah, this stuff gonna be better. The answer is apparently, potentially, but not the stuff that's actually in her class. And that is where the issue lies, does it not? Or is it not? Foreign Cobalt Rolls is apparently better too. Gain TP 5, Insectoid criticals up 5 or beam rest down. Guess we'll go with this one. Gladys. And I'm guessing those are also gonna be like the best ones. Or not, hold on. Or yes, because I'm reading this wrong. Is there a way to sort these? By like... I don't think there is. Well, maybe filter by type. Well, I guess dual blades, dual swords, whatever. There we go. By the ones that are actually, you know, applicable to her class. There we go. I should have been doing that to begin with. I can also use this. Really gets better stability and TP gain. And I'm not sure, we'll go with that instead. Advanced combat goals. I think you can wear all of these, right? So just look for the best one. This one, that's 12. Apparently that's the biggest number here. Let's go looking for that one again. There we go. Apparently lowers potential a little bit, but it matters. Yeah, we're gonna have to change her friggin' vanity gear as well. On combat bodywear. I saw 34 and 40. Apparently some more too, but I think I can even wear this level 1. Yeah, apparently. Veteran's uniform. Weren't we wearing that a while ago? Oh, but the problem, I just remembered the problem with this one is that it's like a full body thing, so you can't customize. So I don't know. I think that at this point it would be a better option to do it the other way. I'm not gonna be messing around with the yellow stuff. 31. Is there a 40? Yeah, there was a 40. It was the combat bulwark. Sure, we'll go with that. That's what I was wearing before. And as for the rest of these, I guess we better stick to like the top parts here. I saw 12, and I saw it again, and then I lost it. Here we go. Combat armor left. Apparently lowers TP by a little bit, but I mean, was she using it to begin with? That's a real question. Defense is raised, but total range attack is lowered, but she's not a range attacker anyway. For the most part, I don't think. Is there a combat armor R or advanced combat grip? HP goes down by a little bit, but apparently goes down by a little bit no matter what I wear except for this. I'm not sure, why don't we give her that instead? It's not like we need to think too hard about this. Worn vivid legwear, sure. And now Lynn. Let's see. She needs to... I don't know what does she use. Gatling guns. These are the only ones we have, and I don't know if we have anything better. I don't think we do, so maybe this. I don't really see what's better about this, but I do see that it's apparently higher grade, so why not? Might be better for me to just buy her something new, honestly. Titanium pave. I don't know, shield. She uses shields, yeah. Okay, apparently we do have some better shields, but she can't equip this one yet because she needs to be higher level. I know that's like a big increase. I guess we'll go with this. And as for her, well, I'm pretty sure that the headgear isn't going to be a problem. I'll just go with one of the things that has 11 defense. She gets like the seconds. I'll just give her this advanced thing, or combat goggles. Yeah, apparently it's going to be more or less the same, so let's give her this. Advanced combat torso, let's see. Which of these would be better? Probably either This one or that one. One of these two. I guess this one. Max HP boost. Supposed to be kind of tanky anyway. I think 9 is gonna be our best option here as for defense, so we'll look at these. Range attack up. Does she do big range attacks? Well, this one has that and a few other things too, so I'll go with that. 12 lowers range attack. But increases melee attack and defense. I'll go with that. Raises defense and maximum TP, sure, why not? I think we're pretty much ready now, but one thing that I would like to look at is, well, I need to change Elma's vanity gear for her head, but first... Oh my. We are being raided by... Farahino. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I'll be coming over from Farahino's stream. And thank you for the raid.
Nice.
Very nice of you to do that for me. And Farahino has followed. Thank you for that follow. And let me see if I can remember how to do this. I don't get to do this very often, so I hope this works. Here we go. As seen playing Monster Hunter World. How was Monster Hunter World? How was your stream? Welcome everybody. And as I rest my gamepad here upon my legs and just does that by itself, but welcome everyone, I am Namira. You might have seen me in Sarah Robin's stream, and perhaps a couple other places. And I play a variety of games on here. Currently I am doing this game, which is Xenoblade Chronicles X, and apparently I can't get a gun that's like, well, I guess I can get this, That's much higher attack than what I have, but yes, I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles X at the moment, but during the weekdays I also play... well, I have been playing Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, which is not a very good game, but I'm determined to get through it. But after that I will be doing a few RPGs after that, one of them also an FF7 spin-off. Not quite the remake yet, I probably will play that eventually, but... I will be doing a few other things first. No worries, man, I gotta go for a bit, I'll be back in a little while. Alright, see you later, Far. Thank you for the raid again. Also, welcome in KKGM13. Welcome in Wolfman96. And Solitaire, and... is that Axania? Yeah. Welcome everyone. How have you all been doing today? I'm doing this pretty much not long after I woke up, so I don't have much to say on my front, but been pretty chill so far, having a pretty nice time. But yeah, I think it's time for us to actually go and do the plot mission right now. That's pretty much the reason I was re-outfitting. So let's see what the game's got in store for us here. Alright, so far... yeah, alright, new set. This could be worse, right? Well, I don't know, did we hear him say that before? Tyler makes Van Damme sound like an old movie villain, or I would say this makes him sound like an old generic flexing military character, but I guess in this case it's not necessarily a bad thing. Apparently no one agrees.
Brigadier General. Maybe if he, like, waxed his mustache up a bit.
Can't tell if that's supposed to be like a very, very distant joke about like the Brigadier in Doctor Who or not. Because he had a mustache, but he had no beard. He also wasn't like a big beefcake, he was just like a tall guy.
Attention, Ganglia. Your army has unlawfully crossed New LA's defense perimeter.
You have 10 seconds to halt your advance and agree to negotiate. If you do not comply, we will have no choice but to interpret your actions as a declaration of war and launch our counterattack. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All units open fire!
Alright, I wonder how many of those big mech suits they actually have on the human side. Apparently they can just keep making them, but it's a matter of economy.
Remember, our job is to destroy any ganglion that so much as think about going through the gate here and infiltrating the city. Got it?
Roger.
Tatsu is Roger too.
Alright. And of course these cutscenes have led me to realize that something that I said I was gonna do but then immediately forgot to do was, oh shit. Yeah, they've seen us, but... well no, I guess we have to fight now. We got no choice. Something that I was gonna do was change the vanity gear on what's-her-face back so that I can actually see her face, but I guess that's not to be right now. Oh boy. Now we do seem to be faced with quite a few close range opponents here. I will attempt to do so. Curious how effective that will really be. I don't know if we can do it, but honestly, seeing how many people, how many opponents we're having to deal with simultaneously right now, I'm a little surprised that we're not dying faster. Yeah. Unfortunately, this dude is on me right now. But let's try to heal. A ton of those abilities, those green abilities, that for some reason depends on the guns rather than the melee attacks, right? And we actually do seem to be having a hard time. Hold on. I guess one of them got there at least. Here. I don't know how we're turning this around, but yeah, it does seem like Lynn does seem to be the tankiest character in this sequence so far. This might actually be happening. Or I will try to help you, but I need to get optimal positioning first. Apparently we couldn't help. Never mind. Might be able to rest her though, if we get enough potential built up. In just a moment. That should be possible. Ooh. Where is she? Hold on. Actually, that's her freaking skull right there, isn't it? Didn't realize that we had that, but I would like to try to res Elma right now. Oh, there she is. Do need to actually see where she is first. Oh, we can board the skull. Forget about that little detail. Go ahead and use her big damage front attack here. That'll probably help. Just try to get rid of the little dude as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, and we do have a mechanoid damage bonus. So probably a good thing that we a good thing that we got that particular attack so early on, I guess. Okay, there we go. That seemed to be very, very well fitting in this particular fight, I suppose. In pretty much all of the plot missions since we got that attack, we do seem to be fighting a lot of mechanoid enemies. Right now, I guess we survived. That wasn't so bad. At least we survived one round of this. One of this combat system that might be pretty confusing if you don't actually know what's going on, but don't worry about it. I barely do either. And there we go. All the pugies and the pugilists are dead.
So many, too many.
Hold your ground. We're the last line between them and human extinction. We can't let them pass.
Well, apparently we are humanity's last hope, and I get the feeling we're, once again, we're gonna be immediately thrown into combat. Alright, here's my melee attack stagger. I can stagger them with big sweeping attack. As before, and bind them. Something that for some reason didn't happen at all with the pugilists, even though I think those count as being big enough that we should be able to bind them. I guess I'll hit him with this as well, even though, oh, there we go, it's cockpit mode, whatever that. Still not entirely sure what that changes. I don't think you even get a tutorial for cockpit mode in the game itself, do you? You have to read about it. Oh, dang it. Well, at least I hit, and I get to bind now. And Black Tar has kicked in. So you know that good stuff is technically happening. I get the cool song. I don't know if any of these enemies that I'm going up against right now are like contributing to any of the daily squad, or not daily, but I don't know how often they update, like every hour or so, squad tasks, but I have faith. Totally failed, but I guess we destroyed the appendage. Apparently a Sister Quo is the only one remaining, and I guess it's some flying thing that isn't necessarily stronger than any of the other things that it was with. But with pleasure, this might kill it. Yeah, that did kill it. Thank goodness for our mechanoid bonus. I'm not even sure if that's... Oh, hello. We get to actually... Oh, I thought we got to actually take a break for once, but no, apparently that was not to be... Yeah, but we can't weaken them. Oh, defend for 3 minutes. I just realized that's what the objective was there, so the fact that that timer's running out is actually a good thing. Oh, you need to move in and strike. We're straining the enemy here. Where did they all come from? I don't know, but apparently we just need to do this for 10 more seconds and we're good. That's what the numbers seems to suggest. And there we go. Interrupted from the big attack, just because I guess we're done with that particular skirmish.
Seems like it's working, Elmo. The east gate is gonna hold.
Where are they? I guess we need to walk along.
Elmo?
Sorry. Yeah, so far so good. Let's keep it up.
I think we're smelling a problem up ahead, but we're just gonna carry on like this. There we go. Okay, no, I thought we had already established that we're targeting the weak points. Ooh. Well, I will bind this man's first. I shall keep this one on standby while I wait for the other ones to recharge, in case I need to do a soul voice. Oh, there we go. I'm guessing it's a good thing if I at least manage to do the thing. What was I actually gonna say? It's a good thing if I at least manage to get all the quick time events in on the bind sequence. Right, I have moved in and done some damage. I hope that's all you ever dreamed of. I'm pretty sure the actual purpose of these quick time events is just to extend the bind time, and make it last the full 10 seconds. But ooh, I can't imagine it's a good thing or a bad thing that I managed to get them all, even the one right at the end. I don't know what Impact Galder here is doing, but oh, so I interrupted my own attack there. Keeps happening. Mediator support. I don't know what I did to get that achievement, but okay. I did change my my class to not Harrier, the one that's before that, Interceptor or what have you. So in theory I should be getting a bit more blade points from this, I think. Some kind of points just from killing things rather than just exploring.
Stand down, Lynn. We've cleared the area.
No further hostile signatures detected. All enemy craft in the combat arena has been destroyed.
Roger that.
We did it? We did it!
Yeah, take the video that it's not actually over. That's what I was hinted at before, but
I think you're right. That was way too few troops. They must be testing our defenses.
Ugly aliens got one look at Hero Pan Tatsu and surrendered.
Something tells me no.
Absolutely huge and is airborne and coming in fast. The enemy are planning to attack LA from above.
I knew it. The ground attack was a feint. Everyone, we need to get back to the city.
We're fighting inside the city?
I know, Lynn, I know. We tried to avoid it, but now we have no choice. Better to risk damaging the city than losing it altogether.
The hostile forces have crossed the perimeter. They've entered LA airspace.
oh boy. I guess now it's gonna become Independence Day, but with dropships. Dropships and giant flying aircraft out of Mario Galaxy.
Let's move.
Oh boy. Apparently that was 2 out of 3 for progress in this chapter though, so I guess that whatever we're moving on to here is gonna be the big conclusion for the current bout of plot stuff. Quite big Gundam action going on here.
Missile! Take them out!
Apparently a couple of them got through. Apparently Marcus is doing it all by himself, except for one thing.
Damn it. It's a direct hit. Lost it.
The second we find that core, I'll bring you back first. I swear it.
Oh yeah, there's the fact that he's not actually dead. For some reason this entire sequence made me forget that momentarily. don't know, it just doesn't seem like something that's called back on too terribly often after that first scene.
Hey, that's us. Let's go help.
But we can't leave the artifact unprotected.
Wang's team can handle it. They need us out there.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. Well, I don't think I saw that artifact or anything like it inside the actual hangar, but I guess that's a thing that we took out of the mountain at the end of the previous chapter. I thought that got destroyed though. I don't know, it's kinda hazy at this point. I feel like the plot sequences aren't really done with in such a way that's easy for me to remember that. I mean, how many dudes have they actually managed to drop into the city? In spite of their big old ship, didn't seem like would have been that many.
Humans?
Targon wants to join fight.
What? Why would you want to do that? Although, I suppose if we don't reach him now, that fool loves our remotes. Very well. Have it your way.
See, I can't even remember if this is one of the anime-looking freaking alien villains that we saw in that one cutscene before. I guess that would make sense. Guess we might actually get some kind of follow-up on that now. But what are we doing? Apparently we're back to actual engine rendering, so probably something soon.
Looks like a number of enemy scales have entered the city.
Take them head on or take a strategic withdrawal. But I don't think we're gonna be... I don't think it's a good idea to withdraw at this point, so I guess we're just gonna try to take them on. I mean, we managed
Let's give every ganglion we can find
to take on pretty much all the ones that were outside the city, so...
Elma, we got a situation in the commercial district. Two really nasty SOBs. They're tearing through everything we throw at them. Secure your area and get over there ASAP.
Copy that. We're on it.
Alright. Does this mean we actually now get to, to do at least a little bit of customization with the ground gear? So hold on a second. Equipment, a bit of it, wait, hold on. Is this the right menu for this? Status, social. I don't think that's it. How can I not remember how this works right now? I mean, will it be ground gear? Sub-menu maybe? Oh, there we go. Fashion gear. That's what it's actually called. So let's change that into something else, and at least let's see what the face looks like. Could be busted head, or it could be the ghost eye patch. That extra enemy look, the John Lennon glasses, the heart glasses. Oh, Jesus Christ. Clearly this is the most important thing I could be doing in the middle of this sequence. Fucking urbane body whiskers. Oh. And we have like two different pairs of cat ears. Is this only for frickin' what's it called, for fashion gear? I think it might be. I'm looking over the visor if nothing else. It's at least somewhat fitting, so... There we go, we've taken care of something that's clearly supremely important, and now we can continue on. Need to figure out exactly where we go here. Invincible, what? Immune, oh, to immune to getting run over by the scale stuff. I guess I better hit 2. I better stick with the big robot gun. Probably a good thing. Focus on right now. Wait, I guess I'm evading. I'm not quite sure if that's something that I accomplished. Can you even evade in the robot? I guess it wouldn't be an out of the question kind of deal. Okay, it might be a good idea to just how we're doing this again. Still not entirely sure what that does, but I guess we're gonna take it in stride. But yeah, might be a good idea to just actually get out of the robot for these, you know, little on-foot enemies and fight that way. But I guess I'm gonna stick with this. I haven't been coughing yet. What's going on with you? Welcome, welcome. How are you today? Thanks for dropping in to my stream. As I try to prevent some kind of alien invasion in this city that's already in an alien place in this video game that I barely know my way around, but... Oh. Oh goodness. Oh, shoot. I almost fell off because of that cockpit mode trigger, I think. I guess I'll try using this next. Whatever this thing is, it should count as a mechanoid, I believe. I'm guessing because it can't fly, it's not really gonna care if I try to push it over the edge there. There we go. Guess we just keep going along in this direction. I mean, we could also try to, like, take left here. See where that puts us. I think if we go over here, we're gonna have to deal with more of those guys, but apparently that is where we have to go. Yeah, well, what could possibly go wrong? I suppose that's my approach to pretty much every problem in this sequence. Yeah, we'll be just fine, although I'm trying to, like, shift my focus from the... Yeah, there we go. One of the little dudes to the big mechanical guy, because that's probably who I should be fighting as the robot. There we go, it's one of its big guns, or... No, its big gun is still there. I don't even know that we can focus it with our current loadout, but I think we just basically chopped off its head, whatever that does. Boy, apparently our teammates are having a bad time right now, but... Surely all we need to do is merely... Oh, that's what we need to do. Merely keep on spamming our own abilities until something gets dead. Like this thing's about to get dead, I think. There we go. Are we focusing on the big mechanical guy again, or... Wait, what? No, I didn't mean to... I had to change my target, that's what I'm doing. There we go. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I think we're gonna do it. Because we just got this big pugilist to deal with. Who I should be using this on. I don't know how Elma didn't die there. She was like this close to getting dead, but I can manage to help this guy get dead. We'll probably be fine because I think all the other adversaries right now... Oh shit. Until that guy decided to come in out of nowhere. Okay, so this might not have been the good choice in approaching, but still don't think that it's really a bad choice. Okay, there we go. I think we... I don't know, did we take down the big guy? I think we did. Oh shoot, but we also get our robot destroyed. That's fine. Surely we just need to deal with the Marnox here. Probably be able to heal a little better now that we're actually out of the mech. What are we targeting? Oh, this guy. Is that a Puge? No, that's a Murdoch. Okay, he's dead. Now this guy's gonna be dead. I would like to, but I don't know what the heck is with the collision detection of this guy. Seems to be having a really hard time following the laws of physics, but I suppose that's just fine. Lynn is dead, but we can get one last soul voice from her. And at least try to keep Elmar alive. Hopefully that'll work out. Oh. And apparently I have to do this alone. That sucks. Why are we focusing on this guy? It's not like even the... Oh, time to use all of my... Oh, never mind, I rest her, but I wasn't aiming to, so I failed the quick time event. Oh, well, I'm dead, so unless I get a rest. It seems like it's not gonna end well. I'm not quite sure what to take away from this, honestly. Okay, yeah, we all died. So I guess at this point we take a step back and possibly reconsider our approach. That seems to be the way to go here. Like, it doesn't seem too crazy to think, oh, we're all the way back here before we even initiated the assault, is that it? Or we get to like leave this place and just go immediately back into the front lines. So yeah, we're going straight back into it. I see no reason why we wouldn't. Okay, I guess we're doing this. So where's our robot? It should be somewhere around here. Except it isn't, that's right. Well, we needed to restore it at the thing. Okay, I think we're gonna have to... unless it lets me teleport here, which it doesn't. Yeah, we're gonna have to press on without it, because I do need to check the insurance thing at the barracks itself to be able to... Okay, here's the dude. We're supposed to pop out here. Do we need to check the insurance things at the barracks itself to actually, you know, get the robot back after it loses all of its health mid-battle? Oh, this dude's using the giant fighting stats tactic where he just constantly presses his back up against the wall and makes it freaking impossible for me to get a back attack on him. I guess we are using an aura. Of course, that didn't even count, even though it was quite well set up. Oh well. I guess it's time for me to use all my attention on these guys instead of saving it for, I don't know, reses. I mean, it probably recognizes itself somewhat well enough if you just keep on spamming arts during this whole sequence. Does take a while though, hot minute. That's what people say, right? Ooh. And this honestly kind of makes me curious as to how we would be doing if I hadn't actually taken the time to like improve my equipment before moving out into this whole sequence. It occurs to me that I probably could have also improved my skill gear, and that probably would have made a difference in the fight where we actually got killed back there, but suppose we'll never know now.
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
No time for me to use an aura. Right, that's one set of dudes dead. We're doing just fine. Apparently all of the squad tasks that were on for this hour or so are also done. We'll take on this dude next. Or just go by him. We did already kill him once, so why don't we try to take on Talon Knight Kamiva back here. Have they seen us or did they like sense us with the proximity thing? I think it might have been the latter. I can't tell where I am. Is this the back? This is the back. Oh. No, I guess we probably should be targeting the legs first if we get a attacking from, you know, without a different robot. I guess we actually aim for the guns next. This is the back, this is the back. Alright. Apparently we're doing just fine if we just do this with auras, but or with just normal soul voice resonance with normal what do you call it? Normal soul voice resonance with normal arts that aren't scale arts. That's what I was trying to say, but it just led me to forget what everything's called. Alright. So we could go this way, I guess, if we just walk the tightrope, but I get the feeling we're supposed to go the other way and, like, go around, but that might be top error. There's a complete division, we got a destination, alright. Well, we can actually run away. I wish I would have known that before I had started actually fighting, but alright, let's try to get over there with the tightrope here and try not to fall off, which is a very real possibility, but we did fall off. Fortunately, we can go right back up, I think. I don't know if we can go right over there, but we are pretty much unable to teleport right now, so we have to... Oh, wherever this is gonna dump us, I guess that's where we're going. This might actually be a shortcut, I don't know. This might actually help us to avoid the battles on the street level if it actually puts us in a good place in the end. Oh, it helps us get to the other side, so it counts as a good thing. We should probably take this guy out. As long as we're here. Oh. No, what are you doing? Trying to get you to jump, not to stop attacking. That counts as the side, really. Oh. Now this counts as the side. Alright, at least that counts as the back. I'm not sure what body part of his we're breaking by attacking in this fashion, but yes, tempting as that sounds, I don't think it's really warranted against this guy. Gonna carry on without an aura. Hello, you have a nice voice. Thank you. I do get that from time to time. Okay, I'm back. Welcome back, Farah. To the incredible realization that apparently I still am not good at this game. Well, realization is what it would be if I didn't already know that, but I guess we avoided the big marathon fight back there and we just made it straight to our objective this time. Let's see exactly what we're gonna find now that we're here. It's probably gonna be the big dude with the anime alien girl here. It might actually be a little bit easier to fight that guy without the help of the robot, because he doesn't seem like he's a mechanoid.
Sin, stay calm. Don't let them into your head. We've faced worse than this before, and we've won every single time. Don't forget that.
I know.
What do we have to say? There's no way you lose, I'll get ready to probably. Why do they give us these options? It seems like the most two-dimensional thing that we've been given as far as choices in this whole game.
You're right.
And even if we do get dead like we did a minute ago,
Brave with you guys here.
we can just turn back time and go back to the barracks and
I'll be fine.
keep all our experience nevertheless.
Some ganglion butt. Now touching. The bossy one with the silver hair. She looks like she must be the leader. Alright, doggone. I've changed my mind.
Kill her first.
Right, time to fight the Judgment Watch from House of the Dead 2, I guess. Why don't we go after Reese first? I get the feeling that's like the big brain move here. Seems like she'll be the one that we would rather focus on. Now look at this sitting duck. No, she actually keeps moving around just like the other on-foot units, and it makes it a little bit tricky to focus her, but... well, to focus the direction-based attacks, but... should be that's no problem. Or will be no problem. Okay, I think this time it would be a good idea to use an aura if we do... well, once we do get that fully charged up, but... but first, let's wait for that to be fully charged up, like right now. Man. I mean, is she healing? I'm not quite sure what she's doing. She does seem to be doing some magic bullshit, but... I think if I know what effect it's actually having. She's already more than half done. Oh, now we got... forcibly focus on Dagam, so sure I guess we'll humor this for a bit. He doesn't seem like he's that invincible either, so I guess we'll... have to kill them both. It's just gonna be a little bit, tougher. Do it that way, but no big deal, clearly. I guess we'll take out the guns for a bit so we can focus on... okay, the thing is... done, so let's go back to What's-Her-Face here. I would love to, but I need to position myself properly first. There we go. Oh, not gonna be a problem, I think. She just, like, give herself a shield or something. Oh shit. Oh, now we're apparently being fucking beaten to shit by the big guy, but I guess that's not enough to kill us. Oh, but now I think she's actually improved her evasion. It looks like something like that has happened. Oh, but now we're hitting her again, so I assume that in truth it's fine. Or not. No, sometimes hitting her. Not quite sure how. Oh, hey, Lynn's dead, but we should be able to revive her. There we go. Yeah, if we just get... I think the main thing would be trying to make sure that I'm not killed, because I doubt that I'll be rest in an orderly fashion if I do end up dead. Which sucks. That's what you kind of expect with this AI, sadly. Any minute now she should be getting dead. And there we go. Time for me to use my aura for the rest of this, I suppose. Cool. Yep, apparently he does like a 3-hit combo at some point or another. That's what the big damage was that we got before. And also time for me to use the other healing aura, I guess, because I do need it badly right now. Oh, that barely heals me, but it's better than nothing. Maybe at this point it would have been a good idea to have the robot, but I think we should be fine. I mean, we technically were being attacked by both of them before, and now one of them is out of the equation, so I have to imagine that based on that we probably have a pretty good chance, but I would probably have a better chance if we making it so that I'm not the main dude being targeted. I am managing to heal somewhat now. I would love to, but I can't right now. Okay, now somebody else is being targeted at least. It would be better if, you know, not for the fact that I am also not, Okay, now I can heal you. I'm also not, like, in tip-top shape yet. Oh. Yeah, halfway there. Well, apparently we're doing a pretty good job of not dying, at least. Sorry, no, I can't do. First I need to do this. Ooh. I don't know what the Koto event was for there, but it was one of the unfortunately timed ones. I guess I'll keep some of my TP in reserve right now in case I do need to rest somebody. I won't use an aura yet. Okay, there we go. We broke one of his arms. I guess that's what the other thing was. Oh yeah, he almost got him dead, but we can rest her right away. It's not a big deal. I will, in just a moment. Okay, now would be a good time for me to actually use my own TP for a rest, but first I need to actually get it back, because I did pretty much. Oh, it's doubled. I don't really see how that didn't happen at any previous point in the fight, but there we go. Need to heal not just me, but also Lynx. Apparently she's having a bad time. Okay, I guess I don't need this as badly right now, and I should probably keep it in case Lynn is killed, but probably won't happen. There we go, got to the back at the last possible moment, but even though this guy's apparently resistant and immune to a bunch of stuff, it's not... Still gonna take a lot of damage from that. Right, and a minute now. Just hit him with the guns at this point, honestly. Scratch damage. There we go. Also, it wasn't a bad thing to do this as quickly as we could, plot-wise. It managed to come through in the end. Without even going past level 30 even, which is like the very minimum.
You two are the only ones left.
And you expect me to kiss your hand and beg for my life? I'd rather laugh my way to the grave.
Please, no.
What? Keep your weapon raised, or lower your weapon, I mean? I mean, at this point, I think keeping it would be fully justified, but I guess hunting down would be the more realistic character thing to do. I don't know. What would we do? At this point, we honestly have no reason to be sympathetic to them. I think we're just gonna keep it raised.
Wait. We don't have to continue like this.
What are you waiting for?
But it literally didn't make a difference.
You're more useful alive.
What?
Go back to your people, your masters. Tell them we want no further conflict. Tell them the humans are willing to negotiate. That we can find common ground and coexist here, peacefully.
Don't tell me you honestly think you've won here, do you?
What was that explosion?
Colonel, this is bad. They got the alien scout. They smashed into the hangar and got the scout.
I mean, was the artifact an alien skill? I thought that was like a part of the old ship that we had recovered. I don't remember that bit. Can't remember us having an alien skill. I guess we don't have it anymore. I think those two were the ones that we actually had seen in the cutscene before, but we still don't know who they are or what their deal is. We haven't actually met them yet. Also don't know how they went from being up there to being down here fighting these people, but it was some kind of flashback, but flashback to like 3 minutes in the past, which seems like a pretty awkward way to do it, but so far the cutscenes in this have had some issues with segues. Yeah, I'm not sure why they showed the previous scene before and now they're showing this one, unless it's actually leading into something. Like gameplay-wise. Suppose we'll find out, but it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, I don't remember when we got this thing, to be honest with you. It's because it's been so long since I actually started playing this. Like, I don't think this was the same thing that we found in, like, the mountain at the end of the previous chapter.
And now, another city of innocence burns.
I guess they're not a fan of what's going on.
So they can lay claim to a single scalp? Was this truly necessary? I have become party to madness.
Yeah, wasn't that dude, like, basically arguing with the big Sherman of the evil aliens in the one cutscene that we saw him before, like, do I need to remind you that you're basically a conquered dude, is what the other guy said. And even if you want to do your own thing and be a leader, you're gonna have to do what we say. I don't know if that guy's gonna turn eventually or not, he probably is, but I don't know if that's gonna be before the time of his death.
The mech all along.
Oh, you're so quick. I can see why they made you the leader. And now the Vita is ours. So you see, you didn't win anything. You lost.
You sure about that?
Huh?
Your people managed to swipe that alien mech out from under us. I'll give you that. But our mission was to repel the invasion and defend New LA at all costs. Nothing more, nothing less. In that, we succeeded.
For now, maybe.
But you were sent here to take the city. And as far as I can tell, it's still standing. So I'd say you're the only loser here. Now crawl home, tell your ganglion leaders you were beaten, and deliver my message. Hurry up and go, before I change my mind.
Our people can't coexist peacefully. We can't coexist, period. It's us or you, you arrogant worm. No negotiation, no compromise, and no mercy!
I gotta try to at least, I don't know, capture her, but I guess they didn't even think of that. And yeah, what? Doesn't really make a difference if you don't know what the big alien mech was, and maybe if they have that now, then this first defense doesn't actually mean anything.
Gwen! Thank God you're both alright.
Yeah, we made it back, but Marcus wasn't so lucky.
What happened?
He took an enemy missile barrage.
What? He's gone?
Listen, Lieutenant. We're going to find that Lifehold core. And when we do, Marcus will be the first one back in a brand new state-of-the-art MIM. I promise.
The latest young and rugged model, or hip and fashionable model? I mean, these are both apparently to lighten the mood. Let's be optimistic, I guess.
Yes, yes. Just like Gwyn, only taller and slimmer, and with more muscles on his wings.
And more handsome, too.
Thanks, guys. No, seriously. Thanks.
I like this idea. We'll find Marcus the handsomest, strongest, most un-Gwyn-like MIM around.
Oh, you too now?
So, Colonel, we lost the alien scout.
Well, last I heard, we weren't even sure what it was. Doesn't seem like much of a loss to me.
If only it were that simple.
Man,
The important thing is, we managed to repel the invasion force. We're still alive, and NLA's still standing. I'll take that as a victory.
Hell yeah. The Colonel's right. We did good here today. We won.
yeah, you're right.
So hey, why don't we all go report back to HQ together?
Sure. Sounds good.
Actually, Irina, you guys should go on ahead. I have an errand to run with my team first.
Roger that. Then we'll see you back at headquarters in a bit. Colonel.
Let's go check out the hangar.
Right.
So I said everything about you. Can't stop myself. Something's just
Stupid worms. I'll kill every last one of them. Every last one of them! I'll kill them with my own bare hands if I have to.
Alrighty then. I wonder what her arc is gonna be now. I guess that was the plot for now. Except we got more cutscenes before we get back to figuring out what's next.
There's no excuse. This wouldn't have happened if I didn't order my men to leave their posts.
You were just trying to help. It's okay. We should count ourselves lucky we ended up with so few casualties.
Sorry to break up the love-in, but you know, there must be something to that skell if they were this worried about it.
I wonder.
The bigger question is how they even knew we had it, and how did they know exactly where we were keeping it? No way.
What are they suggesting, that he was a snitch and that's why he abandoned it? I mean, I don't really see why that would be. Why he would do that.
Last, the Great One's divine vessel is mine.
Now what are we gonna do with it?
I beg you, O Great One, descend to this humble planet and guide me. I am yours to command.
Alright, who knows how that'll end up. The Ganglions attack and save New LA, the alien mech was stolen. Oh well, were all our objectives during that? Defeat the Impact Galder multiple times, defeat Dogan and defeat Riz, even though Riz was second on that list for some reason, even though I forget the feeling most people are gonna kill her first. It's like Hornstein and Small. But in this game, and not really without the whole having to solo everything. Oh, we got something from both of them. Riz, Dagon, and Experimently. Are those like models for the holographic viewer and the thing? Is that with the orange thing? Sorry, completely forgot. But
Feel myself getting stronger.
and with that we leveled up to level 30. And now these two are level 31, and now these two are level 30 as well, so segment's been updated. Hold on, let me look at the map here because that's what that means. In the barracks? No, here. There's a new affinity mission, I think. We need level 33 for that, though. Yeah, there's a new affinity mission, but we need level 33 for that, so probably won't happen. Or at least a little bit longer. Level 33 for a couple of them, but also a bunch of affinity increases, so probably should try to figure out how to do that, like off stream. There's also one that's only level 30, but we need 3 affinity with fucking dog, so I don't think that's gonna be happening anytime soon either, but let's see. We can start the next thing already, I think. According to the indicator thing, there's also a new thing in the barracks, and that was level 32, so that probably would be sooner. And for the next story chapter, let's see. We can have up to 4 members, but we can't have Lao or Dog in the party, apparently. You need to install a data probe at Silverlam's entrance and complete the spy games of intermissions. I think we did that last time, so it's just, let's see, did we get any Millennium yet? No, we didn't get Millennium. We also have some other... Oh, we have the... I was like wondering who the other Nopon was. But I think I know who that is, but... Yes, let's go straight into the barracks and check out what the next plot thing is gonna be. I'm actually quite curious now. It looks like we've gotten to the point where it might actually be viable to keep the story moving at a reasonable pace. Also, hold on a second, let me check. Look at my ground gear. Also need to look at my scale, that's right, because that still needs to be restored. For myself, I have fashion gear for my chest. Apparently I don't, so whatever this is that I'm wearing right now is literally just what I'm wearing. Oh, that I had changed to something that looked different, but I guess not. Okay, so I think what you need to do to get the scale back is the hangar. Your insurance has replaced your lost scale. That's cool. So, is my insurance unlimited? I guess. let's look at this first, I suppose. Red level 1, max members 4. And we have done all of these things, I suppose, at Silva's entrance, so we can just warp to Silva. I think that we can recruit somebody else into the party, even Warriors of Wrath. I hope that they weren't trying to spell worth there and somehow screwed it up, but...
What should I whip up today?
But let's see, there's chicken saute option back? Okay, no it isn't, so we do get to do that. I guess we can for that and probably actually get to see it this time.
That is a great idea.
It just didn't get done the first time because of the interruption. So it was a fake choice.
Lindley, sometimes Tatsu wonder if Tatsu is too cute, too adorable.
Oh yeah?
As leader of Blade Team, Tatsu need cool and tough image.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Is Lindley even listening to Tatsu?
What? Sure I am. Hey, what if you got a tan? A little color could do wonders for your image. In fact, I've got the perfect lotion for you. I'll even help you apply it.
Well, that, okay, if Lindley insists. Wow, thank you, Lindley. Tanning oil
Alrighty
smells
then.
so sweet, and is a bit sticky.
Tanning oil? That's just plain old honey. It's the crucial step for a perfect chicken sauté. The honey marinade.
Lindley, Tatsu not chicken, Tatsu is Tatsu!
Oh, right. How could I forget?
Lindley is not funny, Tatsu is not happy.
Okay.
Now that we're just gonna keep making this joke over and over, I guess. You already know how to infinity audio on ground? Hello, was excellent. No, I do not. I've barely been using the OD. Actually, probably could have used it during the, that final boss encounter, but it just didn't even cross my mind.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, sir. I figured someone might show up unannounced, so I made a little extra this time.
Great! Then I'll just show up for random meals as I please.
That's not what I meant.
But yeah, I've just been pretty reluctant in trying to use too much stuff that relies on TP.
Some Pathfinders detected another piece of the Lifehold.
Yes! Is it the core?
Woohoo! Tatsu do dance of discovery.
We don't know what it is, which is why we need you to check it out ASAP. The coordinates we have for it are up north of New LA, in Silvalum.
Oh, one sec. Silvalum? Correct me if I'm wrong, but, didn't we just detect signs of a ganglion presence there?
That's the bad news. Which is why I'm only asking our top combat units to take this on.
Understood. Consider it done, Commander. We'll get started immediately.
Was hoping you'd say that. I talked to Lau's team as well, by the way. They're already en route. You'll rendezvous with them here. Good luck.
Alright. Should probably recruit somebody else, since we apparently have maximum party members 4 to go with.
I just pray this is the peace we need. There's not much time left.
Yeah, apparently the plot isn't going to allow. I can't tell if that's a 4 or a 9, but apparently the plot's not going to allow for like much more to happen without addressing the whole core thing. But yeah, I don't know. So far I haven't gotten like as good of a grip as I could have and or to reliably restore TP, so I've just been like, yeah, I'm not gonna use this unless I have to. So let's see, if I go to the Old Eagles Lighting, hold on a second, this isn't where I to go for the thing that I'm thinking of, I don't think. Over here. I want to display a different figure. Diet Strobe series. Crank series. What if I want to look at characters, enemies? I guess it would have to be enemies. Insidia, Sphinx. Is that what they're called? If I'd Saltat... Oh yeah, I guess Dagon and Riz are here now. That's what that meant, that orange thing. It's Almondal again. Oh, it was the big robot that the blue lady was driving. Guess we're not really gonna change anything here now, though. Gonna carry on and could go to Silverham immediately, but I guess before we go there, let's try recruiting somebody else so we can take him. And you cannot be able to short again. See, I just did it. We're actually getting quite close to the reward ticket. Reward ticket cap there. And I think we got a lot more blade points from that last like chapter thing than we did in the past. So probably a good thing that we switched.
Yes?
Oh, we could actually talk to her about the plot. Let's do that, I guess. Blades will also have been taken to the Mimosome maintenance center. Or Mimiosome is how it actually pronounced it in the game, so I guess I'll do that as well. Adam has directed the center to revive them, if possible, but the chances seem slim. If only we'd been able to make a successful landing and if we hadn't lost the white whale. Well. Do not fail us, Razokville. How do you earn the division points necessary to raise your level? Well, we already know that. It depends on your division, and we just switched to one that'll probably be more favorable to us, but... Oh, I see that there's like a new thing we can unlock here, a new, oh, it's probably in the hangar that's like directly below us. Maybe, maybe not. But there's apparently a new side quest available for at least discovery. Maybe here, maybe elsewhere. No, there we go. It's muy muy.
Friend not done yet?
Muy muy, which is something you can say in Spanish to talk about someone that's like... Basically a big braggart. Is legendar? It literally just means very, very. But his legendar still not ready. Lord of King's brother Pawn cannot stand supporting both for much longer. Boy. Blade to earn some quick cash. But here's story. Existing Blade in order to do good things, probably. But now Fred must show Muy the ropes of being Blade. Sure. Blades risk life and limb to fight strong enemies in order to keep the city safe, but I'm really not interested in any of that. I want to know how we can get biggest rewards for the least amount of work. Well, I mean, I can definitely understand that. Perhaps friends misunderstand the situation. There's no time to take on one tiny job after next. Sounds like there's no choice but to bet all on Legendar. What is Legendar? Super Radar. Latest creation from little brother part of Muy Nopon, King of Inventioning. Pick up faint signature emitted by treasure of Nopon ancestors lost to mirror in history. Tracks sort of legendariness, really. Well, even with radar complete equipment, Muy not quite up to traveling outside city. Must help plucky rookie Muy make a pair of infinity goggles. Well, how do we do that though? Oh, just grab all this stuff, which we already did, so sure. I mean, yes, I set it as a target just because we can just do that. 5 pieces of tout leather and 2 pieces of white mirror glass can live up infinity goggles, and also mission critical rations. Oh no, lemons will do nicely. Oh. I guess we did it. What will we do with this? Stunning coincidence, brother part of Muy just finished Legendar. Yeah, here's the stuff. And Sonar Lemon. I'll be able to make a great set of infinity goggles with these. I can finally begin. Where Muy is, or cheer on the eager Muy. Oh yeah, where is that guy? Give it to veteran Blade-like friend to notice every tiny detail. Well, final check on the Legendar should be back soon. Unless something else happened. Terrible news. Boy, why does Muy reek of not fun, kind of funny smell? Leading our signal to Biano Lake, but then ferocious Terebra show up. Gobble Muy up. Oh, Muy kick and punch and eventually get free, but mouth of Terebra smells so very terrible. Well, How are you not dead? For lesser friends, to not mention unbearable stench of terror touch Moi Moi deep inside, but there are bigger things to worry about than Moi Moi right now. Cerebra also swallowed the Legendar. Oh. It would cost 30,000 credits to build new one from scratch, and Moi Moi is so very broke. Oh. Have a money or else going up to Cerebra. I think I know what we're gonna do, or at least attempt to. And you probably have finished the FMJ line by now. Infinite OD should be pretty easy since we have access to some good TP generation arts. The FMJ line. I'd like a line of equipment. Find forever in possession of the smelly Legendar or on the new one. We might as well just go search for that. Before we do that, let's actually find somebody else to recruit here. I can figure out how to... Like, I would like to figure out how to recruit... What's his face over there? Yelv. But I don't remember where he hangs out, so time to pick in every one of these golden shield icons so I can figure that out. Awareness in the north, hidden by one of those shield icons, Laos and oh, if I switch my display here, does it actually let me see more easily who is where? No, I don't believe it does. That's unfortunate. It's something that I would have figured out, or wanted to figure out, but I guess he's not in the administrative district. Let's see. He might be down here. Fog is in the administrative district. If I go to, I think I know where he is actually. He should be in the residential, not in the residential one. That's where I was just looking, the commercial one. Like some alleyway. Like here maybe? Yeah, there is. So let's go here first. Let's go talk to him, who should be right here. Let's get him into our party so we can get some more affinity for him and maybe power level him a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna look at the, what are they called, the AM things right now, but... I don't really have any Maranium to dump into them at this moment, and I think that even if I did, like any, whatever my next load of Maranium turns out to be, it's gonna have to be spent on, what's it called, on, like some side quests that I got, some basic missions I think that require that, but... Let's see, how do we got a Primordial right now and try to beat up the Trevor? I guess that apparently we need to for this mission. That a Trevor? No, that's a Grex. Apparently that's also where we have to go, though, to actually get closer to our objective. Let's see. I guess we're gonna just move along the shore of this lake, though. Wait, is this a Terebra? Yeah, it's these, like, rabbit fox creatures. Well, apparently one of these has the thing. I get the feeling it's not going to be quite as easy as just beating up one of these low level ones, though. Not at this point. I suppose this island is actually, yeah, that looks a lot more our speed here. This island in the middle is actually where we need to look for it. If they're gonna aggro to me or anything, but we just need to beat all of them up, and one of these is gonna turn out to be the good one. Maybe try to target this isolated one first. Are their friends gonna help out? I wonder. Apparently Mr. Underlevel over there is gonna have a hard time, but that's why we brought him along, so that we can hopefully help him be a little less critically underleveled. Like we really need I don't really need the fourth party member that badly at this point anyway. And well, if this thing finishes charging out before before this whole voice thing goes away, then maybe I'll make it count, but apparently it didn't, so too bad, so sad. Ooh. Oh, now apparently we're all getting beat up, in spite of the fact that these enemies didn't seem like they would be able to do that. That's very unfortunate. But yeah, apparently they're all dead. Or we are all dead. But I still do feel somewhat compelled to, you know, not just go the route of just buy my way out of that, so. Guess we'll try something a little bit different, namely pretending that doesn't exist right now. Oh, my class is maxed, hold on. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. I should probably switch it then. Hold on. We've been doing pretty well with this, so I don't know if I'm gonna be... I should like continue on to this one. Ether damage, decoy, stasis, whatever that is. This one does seem pretty damage focused, this tree, so... Well, this one I've heard is the best one for healing, but... Well, healing does sound nice as something that I would be able to do actively, I think. Maybe I could try out leveling this one up next. Which would mean that I would need to change my equipment again, I think. Because that's how that works. Assault rifle, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find anything else that's much better now. I probably am. But let's see if I can survive with what I have on hand right now. Sure. I don't think my armor is... I determined that. Oh, Full Metal Jaguars have MJ. I didn't actually realize that until now. For damage, OD, Mastermind for healing OD. We're not finishing the line. So I'd probably both try to finish the line at some point, but... I don't know, kind of wanna, you know, try out different stuff. Got to check my arts, because that's changed. So what can I get that I haven't already used? Weapon damage, physical res down, weapon damage from behind, boost damage, ultra slash. That's probably better than the one that I had before, which is backslash, Furious Blast. finish a line, you could carry the weapons to other weapons. It's better to focus on at most 4 weapons for the main story. What do you mean the weapons to other weapons? Like... try to do weapon melding... skills... Is that something that I've noticed apparently you can do, but... Oh, you mean like if you max out a class, you can use the weapons for that class in other classes? That's not something I remember hearing about. Finish FMG, you could use dual swords, dual guns in any class. Okay, so yeah. Interesting, so... I mean, I probably should do that, but I don't know. Weapons affect the arts. Well, the way that I've understood it so far is that like each individual weapon has different... that's what arts has, like skills. Weapons affect the arts. Oh, you mean like weapons from one class can affect the arts in a different class? Presumably is what you mean there. I don't really know how that would work just thinking about it though. Tied to weapons. Oh, you mean that you can bring arts from one class over to the other? Is that how you do it? I thought I'd started seeing some of that and like without having to max out a tree. So far. Default weapons and learning arts classes don't affect what arts you have. Oh. So the arts are tied to the weapons, not to the class itself, is what you're saying. Like, you get access to a certain like set of arts when you switch to a class just because of the weapons that are associated to that class. I think I get that's what you're saying. So if I wanted to like have a to like mix, I don't know, healing arts with more attack focused thing, then hold on a second. I was looking at somebody's art set, but actually mine, I think. But if I wanted to mix that, then I would just have to like complete a tree with like healing arts, and then I could bring those over to. Or would I? Because if the arts are tied to the weapon and not the class, then if you were to use one type of weapon in a different class, then would that mean that you would overwrite the art from that class with the ones that are tied to your weapon? I don't know. I guess what I should try to do is actually try it out, but if you really just want to experiment with different weapons, it's better to just play with other characters to figure out your playstyle. Really? Well. Now let me see what are the actual classes of the other characters that I have right now. Blast Fencer, Full Metal Jackal for Elma, and Shield Trooper for Lyn. Shield Trooper like a full hold on a second. Shield Trooper is like, yeah, it's the first step of this, so shouldn't you be that? I will. Here we go, Blast Fencer, which is apparently well, defense and defense, both melee and ranged attack. If you use dual swords as a samurai gunner, you will not get the longsword arts anymore. Okay, so that's what I was wondering about. So if that's the case, then what would actually be your what do you call it? Your motivation for bringing one weapon type over to a different class? Like, are you still... is it just to learn the arts that are associated to that class, even though you can't actually use them unless you switch your weapon? That seems a bit weird. To Let me look at the arts that I would get if I were to keep this tree. Either damage, lower HP, higher damage, decoy. I looked at these already, but I forgot immediately. Weapon damage, boost damage in ranged combos. Skills are the passives. Oh yeah, skills. Those are a thing that I've completely neglected pretty much, except for a couple of them. Just because I'm kind of paranoid about the battle points. Because apparently you can cap out of those before the end game, so can't really grind them out. And you could make custom weapon combos. Custom weapon combos? Couldn't you just... Oh, you mean like with the melee weapon and a ranged weapon? Well, if you go to the arts, does it tell you like which weapon type it's actually tied to? Because I can't really think of any other way that you would know that. Yeah, longsword. Okay, so you can't see it here. Not sure what I would want to do if I were to accept that though, but... I mean, at this point I probably should keep up Full Metal Jaguar, based on what you said. Or Psychoraptor Mastermind if I wanted to heal more. I feel like at this point I should probably stick with this one though, I guess, and change my ground gear again, probably. I think it does reset. Well, I don't know if it does, but it probably does reset every time you switch your class. Let's see, dual guns. That's what we're after right here. It gives me like the weak sauce ones for some reason. Okay, which one was I using before? I don't remember. Probably this one. I think it was. Everything else should be the same. If you finish FMJ and moved over to Mastermind, you could use the knife while having dual guns. What sort of build are you going for? I don't know. That's a thing. I'm just sort of assuming that I'm more or less trying everything out at this point. I'm not really like have my sights set on anything really specific just for the main character. Okay, I guess what I would like the most is stuff like I don't know, mixing high concentration, high damage attacks with maybe some healing, but guessing I'd have to actually go over all the arts to try and figure out how I would accomplish that. Like the arts for this, what I've got right now, which is FMJ, seemed like they would be good for, you know, doing damage, but also raising evasion. Thereabouts, something to that effect. Okay, I feel like I guess I'm just gonna carry on like this and see where this takes me. Just actually stick to my current tree and see if I can at least survive there. Assuming that as long as I can do that, then it won't really be a problem. Healing and damage is more of a Mastermind specialty, pure damage and combos is FMJ's specialty. With survivability, see. See, what I've got in mind for doing right now is just like stick to FMJ and see where that takes me. If I just want to stick with it, or see if I'm gonna go back to Mastermind again, since that's the other class tree that I've got like half done right now. So I don't know, the first part of that, which was Psychoraptor, it seemed like it was kind of fine, but like I was lacking for doing damage more actively while in that tree, so is it something that I'll have to try out again at some point in the future to see if that actually gets better. But for now, I guess I'm just gonna carry on with the plot and see how what I've got going on right now feels.
Lau!
Hey.
You can't be serious. Your entire team? Gone?
Dead. Killed by Ganglion. And it's all my fault.
If only we'd gotten here sooner.
What? You think you could have stopped it? What's it matter anyway? We can just bring them all back once we find the life hold, right?
Hey, Lau.
Look at us. The chosen few. All those people we left on Earth. They never had a chance. But us, we can be reborn. We get as many damn chances as we want.
If we find the core. Without that, there's no chance, for any of us. Look, we can talk later. For now, we need to get you back to the city. Let's regroup there so we can get you patched up.
No way. What if it turns out to be the core and the Ganglion get to it first? You can't let that happen.
We can't just leave you here, Lau.
You can and you will. I'll be fine until the Reclaimers can get here.
Still...
I'm sending you all the intel we have. It's further north from here. Sorry, I can't help. It's up to you now.
Don't worry, we can handle it. Let's get moving. With luck, we can secure the lifehold before the Ganglion know we're here.
Lynn,
Yeah?
maybe you should sit this one out. The place is crawling with Ganglion.
That's why I'm going. Exactly why. I'm part of a team, and we have a job to do. If it's going to be dangerous, that's all the more reason for us to stick together. And I'm a lot more capable than you think, Lau. But I know you're trying to look out for me, and I appreciate it.
It's not like they'll be killed. They'll just lose their mims is all. What's it matter anyway?
Slow going edgy on us. I guess we're gonna go to the lifehold unit. Could just warp over there, but let's approach through this foggy expanse, I guess, and if anything happens, let it happen. We've already been this way at some point in the past because we do have a couple of more war points after this. Is the ceiling where we have to go? No, that's like just warp forward, I guess. Apparently a tyrant called the Son of the Azure Star. One of the war points, but where we actually have to go is where it's along like the west edge, northwest edge. So I guess we're gonna try heading in that direction. It's a little bit difficult with all the freaking fog in the way, though. I'm sure that we've been here at some point in the past where there wasn't all this fog. I wanna beat up Strange Lysior here. Oh, I didn't even realize. Hold on a second. Let's not. No, let's back out. Let's try to back out at least. Sure, no. Okay, I'm trying multiple buttons and I'm not sure how you back out of the battle menu. Hit with minus, with plus, okay, apparently it's with plus this time. Okay, before we actually do anything, let me take another look at my current arts, because I didn't actually look at them closely before. So what do I have that I didn't already have? I got... okay, the stuff is on this side for some reason. Shift it around. I have Electric Surge, which is... I guess something I'll stick with, but as far as everything else that I have... I don't know, Upper Hand seems like it could be good to have. Primer, same, or Primer rather. Primer's like the stronger version of that. I want to replace any of what I have right now. I mean, probably this thing. Right, let's try to rearrange this too, because that's like not how I had it before. It's like this, like that, and... This is still tied to the swords, right? Yeah, it is the sword stuff except for this. Once every guy's sacrifice is pretty good for convenience. I mean, what does that do? Turn HP, boost TP by 1000. I guess if you need TP really badly, but... I don't know. I feel like a situation where I would need that is like me trying to rest somebody else, but at that point I would rather just make sure that I stay alive as much as possible and that I can rest the other people. I don't know, because I get the feeling that if I end up getting incapacitated, I won't be rest nearly as reliably. Also, I have no arts equipped right now for some reason. Let's increase that, I guess. But I don't know, some melee attack accuracy. Look at all these battle points that I have, and I'm very reluctant to spend because I don't know how easily I can get more of them. You start hitting the enemy and then use it, then you get 1k TP without even fighting. Oh, well, that could be good, but I feel like I wouldn't really think of doing that most of the time outside of battle. Like, I don't really see why I would need TP if I wasn't fighting, that's the thing. Blaze damage. I mean, sure. There we go. Right, now can we start killing this guy? Let's see exactly how this will go. Right, here's your fire cover setup, and somebody else already took care of that. Oh, there's a huge guy behind him, but I think he might actually have noticed us, because he's got that proximity thing, yeah. Okay, change of plans, I think we're retreating. Didn't notice there was a huge guy behind that. But, well, the bubble level and that also aggroes on proximity, so... I would prefer not to deal with that. Apparently, that was not to be. All the rest of these dudes aren't even attacking, so they're just gonna die. Let's just speed up the process. Repeat the process to get 3k TP, and that allows for easy OD setups to start every battle with OD. Yeah, I can see that, but I mean... that ate up all my... I guess I could try it now. I don't know if my other team members would like start attacking with guns immediately, and... basically trigger something that I don't actually want them to, but... I want to get rid of any of these permanently, that's my question. For the sake of that. I kind of want to try, at least try this one out. I'll say I wanted to upgrade this. What would it take? 36. That makes me even more reluctant. You can try this one. I mean, it's a gun attack though, that's like the only one of its type that I have. don't think this helps all that much, to be honest, so maybe that one. So let's see. I look, for instance, at this boy and use this, and I can do that. And then it takes a while to replenish, though. But at least the fog is gone, so maybe now we can have a better time exploring. But if I'm gonna be going back there... Where am I right now? Okay, I'm gonna teleport over here. The Sandsea, which I think is technically closer to the next area that we're trying to find. If you don't cancel the recharge, you can do party active members confirm or just fast travel. Well, I did just fast travel, so I guess that took care of that. Quad mission invitation, diversional tactics. That's nice. Unfortunately, I'm doing a thing right now. Guess this is where I want to go. This is mechanical, well, never fucking mind. We need to fight, I guess. That sacrifice could be combined with Shadowrunner for complete field stealth. It would be a good thing, I guess, if I'm understanding the implications of that correctly, but...
Well, have you forgotten everything I've taught you?
What? No! Yeah! I'm heading to the top!
Well, at least that guy leveled up. Yeah, mechanical's a given. Can we target this guy who's really far away? Yeah, and do this real quickly and not even get that. But we already have full TP, so I don't even think we needed that. These guys are level what? 45, so I don't think we want them to notice us. And we also will not want this guy to notice us, but I guess you can't have what you want. Oh well. I guess I shouldn't approach directly from the west edge. They're always gonna be dead, so let's just expedite this process and go right back. Oh, there goes our TP again, I think. So if we try to travel along right the middle of the lake, this guy isn't gonna aggro on proximity, is he? Well, apparently we can just run on the lake, it's shallow enough. Since you don't have Ghost Walker yet, I don't know what that is, until another class rank. OD is not available yet against higher leveled enemies. You could practice a more gimmicky OD. I haven't practiced any kind of OD yet, really. I've been saying. And apparently we're going in generally the correct direction here. UGP, OD, Primer, Slinger, Blood Sacrifice. Slinger, Primer, Slinger, side slash 6-3, I guess. OD would be the main rotation, really. I haven't really considered any kind of OD rotation or any moves, like trying to spam any moves that would boost TP yet. Just kind of been coasting along without any of that. also there's supposed to be, yeah, there's a thing. Probe right here, so let's get the shortcut. What could this thing be? Is it biological? That means we can't do anything. I suppose traveling along the edge here will lead us to... oh. To a camouflage monster, so never mind. It will lead us to death, that's what it will do. Feels about the West Seals and see those so small victories. Maybe I should be bringing back the scale just so I can explore easier. Game rewards figuring mechanics out a ton. Yeah, I've noticed that, but... so far I have been very bad at that. What about this thing? This giant lightsaber handle stuck in the ground apparently is archaeological, so we can't do anything. Archaeological 4, like, I don't even know where our current archaeological level is. But it's certainly not 4. That looks like a base camp over there, we might as well just go check it out. But we know that it exists. I feel like maybe I should do a bunch of, or at least a little bit of off-screen grinding so I can practice things like that, but I haven't actually committed to doing that at any point yet. I've just kind of been coasting along, doing what I have been able to. Okay, where are we now? We're apparently a lot closer to our objective latitude-wise, but it's a little bit to the west. And now we're going back to the south, so Shivering Sands. What is this now? Is this another probe beacon thing, and does this mean that I can activate it at this time? Yes. And apparently immediately get ambushed by something, but then it was gone. I'm not sure what happened there. There's Saucy Sammy, but there's also a secluded lava lake entrance. Feeling this isn't where we have to go. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but as well acknowledge its existence right now. I don't know, could we take on some Thug Me fights? Like, I don't have a thing right now. Let me try this. Blood sacrifice. Dang it, I picked return to scale. Where is the scale actually? Oh, we can just warp right back where we were, but wouldn't the scale be all the way back at, okay, we're here, which is the last point that we warped to before this, which is in the south, so let's just warp right back up there. And drop my mouse by accident. We still have, you know, I say we still have 0 TP, even though we actually had more than that before we got into skill. Because we had just used blood sacrifice. Well, let's try not screwing up this thing right now. There. Oh, I interrupted it. That was the problem. I didn't even realize. Oh well. Now I realize that that's a thing you can do. Like, I guess interrupting your skill arts with the bind thing. There we go. So let's see. I guess we're gonna do it one more time just in case we need to. Wait, what? Excuse me, what? Oh, I guess this thing exists now. Well, I can't move. Let's run away from the gloam tube because it's throwing off my attempts at doing things in an orderly fashion. Maybe run away from it and end up running headlong into something else, probably, but maybe not. Alright, so I'm looking over there right now. Blood sacrifice, or I don't know. I can't tell because there's nothing hostile in my sights. There we go. So everything's recharged at this point. So if I were to do immediately overdrive. Go from there to primer to slinger, whichever one that is. Sliding slinger. Which probably means that I should try putting them a little bit closer together. Blood sacrifice, then slinger, then primer, then slinger. On the side boost TP, I guess that's a reason why you would want to focus on that. What about primer, boost TP? Okay, that's why. Now let me rearrange them a little bit. And I'll probably come at least a little bit closer to try to figure out what I'm doing wrong. It's probably a fair bit. So let's see, let's come over to these two on the right. I assume that it's not a bad idea to target body parts still.
I'm gonna go all out. Engaging. Lay down the fire for me.
Alright, well, we can start with Slinger just because it's the first thing. I don't know if we should be waiting for more of these things. But yeah, apparently that didn't really last. I'm moving in a lot, but apparently it might be a little bit easier or more difficult to. Ooh, actually does a pretty good amount of damage. I do want to keep that. Guess we'll use primer as well. Well, this boy's almost dead, but let me try this one more time with the guy over on this side, even though he's apparently going to be moving over to the edge and making things a little bit more difficult. Oh, now he's fallen. I'm gonna try it this way. I messed that up, but oh, I almost got that full, but not quite. And that bent it already. I don't know where are they all coming from? I thought there was only one guy here, but apparently there's one more. This might be the end. This is the end. Oh, and this guy also exists. And so there's some other guy in the back, so yeah, not exactly prospect that's favorable in any way. I'm gonna be out in less than 3 seconds, probably. Yeah, there we go. Died right as the timer ran out. That's really very fitting. But yeah, didn't quite work out, did it? Yes, let's go and do the plot thing instead. Probably a good idea. I see another biological thing, but we probably can't do anything about that either, so... Let's just come over here and see what kind of occurrences we can expect at this point.
Is this the spot? That's weird.
Tatsu don't see anything.
Lynn, go ahead and double-check the coordinates, would you?
Right.
I have a bad feeling about this. Don't tell me.
Elma! I'm picking up multiple incoming heat signatures. We're surrounded.
I'm guessing Lars hauled us out somehow, for some reason. Or at least that's what's being implied so far. Why would this be? I guess we finally get to meet these two furry commanders.
I knew it. We've been tricked.
Lower your weapons, humans.
Haven't seen this species before.
Look at your kitty! Here, kitty, kitty!
Shut up, they'll hear.
Your first time laying eyes on the proud people of Roth?
Not sure that they're the same species.
We have you surrounded.
For some reason that hadn't quite registered.
Lower your weapons and comply. You will be treated with the respect that warriors of your caliber deserve.
Do as they say, everyone. We don't have a choice.
I mean, we cannot do. We could try to fight them. Oh. And there we go, that's what he looks without glasses.
Luxar's conniving has served them to us on a platter,
Luxar.
which only makes the task all the less palatable.
Is Luxar the fat guy who's like the alien leader? Or is he talking about somebody else? I'm actually not sure.
Elma?
Don't worry. I'm in charge here. My subordinates are of no use to you. I ask that you let them go.
Unfortunately, that is not my decision to make. We are mercenaries. We do as our patron bids. I am to deliver all of you to the Ganglion stronghold.
I thought the Ganglion wanted all humans eradicated. Why take us captive?
An excellent question. The Ganglion are indeed terrified of your species. However, this fear is only of your natural form.
Our real bodies? But why? Why would they fear our real bodies?
This I do not know. If I did, I would gladly lay their wretched plans bare.
Prince Jog?
Luxar never ordered us to keep his secrets, only to remember his precious title.
Right, so Luxor is the fat guy.
Take them away.
Luxar? Is that the Ganglion leader? Wait! First I have a question. How has a noble species such as yours allowed itself to be reduced to such disgrace?
What?
The Ganglion have committed unspeakable acts all across this planet. Surely you must know that. They kill without cause or mercy. Why would you serve such scoundrels? Why sink so low?
Mind your tone, human. Who are you to judge the prince's actions? What could you possibly know of our people's struggle? Of how our homeland was torn away from us?
It's true. I cannot say I understand your plight. But humanity lost its home, just like you. And yet we chose to stand up and fight the Ganglion.
The Ganglion have bought our compliance, yes. But make no mistake, the Rothians would never sell their pride.
Prove it then. Make a choice here that you can be proud of.
The Ganglion would have us dismiss you as uncultured savages. But I see reason in your words and strength in your bearing. Very well. We will settle this the old way. Defeat us in battle. And yes, you will also win your freedom.
What do we have to say about that? Agree or say you cannot trust him? I mean, let's say we would rather do this a different way, but I guess we have no choice at that point. That seems like a reasonable thing to do, technically speaking.
And expect none in return. Mercy would be an insult.
But my prince, win or lose, Luxar will punish us.
Forgive me, please. I can suffer those villains' unjust orders no longer.
Of course, we all feel the same, Prince. But when the Ganglion hear of this...
Roth will survive. Ours is a resilient people. We can weather this storm.
Yes, my prince. With you leading us, yes.
Then it's settled. Let the battle begin.
The battle with 2 on 3 or 2 on 4?
And one to be proud of.
And of course the first thing we take out is the guns, even though we also have swords. Or we're gonna fight all of them at once? That'd make a little more sense, I guess. Right, don't we go ahead and try to target somebody else first instead? Like the enactor. Looks like that would be the better choice. You know, take care of the big ones first. That'd actually be a little unreasonable considering how apparently they all outnumber us in... outnumber us in, you know, level. That's what I was trying to say. I think we're dead. We could do this, but I doubt it'll make a difference at this point. I suppose we did. We sure did die. Like, just puts us back, so... go over there to try and complete our objectives. I could try it once with the scale, I guess, but I get the feeling that also will not make a difference. Well, here are the dudes, so I guess we're just close in here if we want to repeat that fight. No, but we're not allowed to use the scale in the fight. Is that it? So where is our scale at this point? Oh no, we're not allowed to use the scale probably, because it's over there. Alright, let's give it a try one more time, even though I get the feeling it won't. Won't actually matter, like I said. I don't know, I should focus the nuclear guys first or not, though, that's the thing. Keep shooting, but I don't think that will make a difference here.
Justice to all who dare cloud my prince's heart.
So I don't think we're gonna get anything out of repeating that fight at this point, so I should probably do something else, at least for a little bit. Or I might just, I don't know, end the stream a little early and just try to figure out some stuff off screen that might not be a miss at this point. Level 2, which means that even if it's only biological level 2, that's still too much for us. Oh shoot, I don't know. I think that's actually gonna be the better choice at this point, just find like 1 or 2 basic missions to take care of. What about this one? 1 or 2 maybe take down a nemesis or whatever it's called, a tyrant. A unique enemy in Primordia, which should be pretty easy in theory, right? Or at least that to be manageable. Where's that we need to kill? Oh, it's a level 28, so... Because it's fitting enough. Huge Potamus, Mezigan the Fairweathered. Alright, here we go. I think we already know his names. It's like the only thing we know about the dude. I don't know if we're gonna be fighting multiple of the Potamuses at once, but I guess we might. Actually, apparently this dude on the right doesn't like us. There we go. Electric Surge, we can actually take on multiple targets at once. Well, and apparently that guy's dead, so even when we're technically a little bit more properly level, boring is still not going to really manage. Oh. But I guess we're just gonna continue focusing our full assault on the big boy. As I would like to, I really would prefer to, yeah, do this. Just... Oh. And by do this, I of course mean, allow the thing to charge up completely. Oh, lost it right at the last second. Sure if I can get the right positioning for it, but apparently even if I do, that runs out at the last possible moment. Oh well. It's fine. Certainly is more fine than trying to do things with the actual plot right now. Ooh, we completed the thing and that just cost us 2. But I have a chance at the quick time event. And now to take down his crony, I guess, which should be kind of a bit easier. I can help the guy up, but that will really make a difference. And apparently we also aggro this guy, so that guy was the one we had to blame for freaking all of the enemies in this area all aggroing when we were fighting the boss. Hello. I didn't need to weaken them even.
Let's move.
So there we go. Is there anything else that I would like to do that involves me being able to survive, probably at this point, or well, maybe I shouldn't just end it. I think I'm gonna try to do at least one more. I guess might as well see if there's any of the other what are they called? The Tyrant Hunt missions. Also, there's since apparently I finally got some uranium. Pay 10,000 credit for 10,000 you should have that. 25,000, 3,000. So I'll go ahead and do this one first. It should be. Should be just a matter of going over there and doing it. Welcome to the Shimmer and Savvy Financial Group. I take it that you're here to accept our exchange request. Be 10,000 credits in return for 10,000 units of uranium. Well, there we go. And apparently that's the Genius Girl's Heart, whatever that achievement is. Is that because did we finally max out affinity with What's-Her-Face with Elma? That might be it, unless we're... Oh, we did max out affinity with Elma. What about Lynn? Oh, we also maxed out affinity with Lynn. Maybe that's what that was about. Oh, what about the one other guy who's actually with us right now? He's got 1 heart of affinity. I don't remember if we needed that or more, but... somebody else we could, like, bring along with us right now to try and level him up and... raise affinity a little more is freaking Doug. As long as we're in the... we're in ULA, then we can... come down here and do a quick recruitment shift. I don't remember if we needed just 1 heart affinity with the... What's-His-Face there, or... with Yelp, or if we needed to keep him around for a little bit longer, but what I do know is that if we do get to 1 heart of affinity with Doug, we should be able to do another one of those affinity missions, so I guess he gets a bit more priority right now. Wherever he may be. I thought this is where he would hang out, but maybe a little bit further down here. Doctor can often be found here, so no, he's supposed to be around here somewhere. Don't know where he might have gone. Should be down here in the lower level. Would be behind one of these things, would he? Maybe we need to change time a little bit. Might be a good idea. Let's make it, I don't know. Let's make it morning. Maybe that'll change things. Or maybe that will not change things, but he'll just make it so it's raining now. Ethan, Monica... Well, Jeffrey's apparently been hanging out here all day, but... Isn't this the guy? This looks like kind of halfway to being the guy, but no. Make it a little bit farther on. Need to kick this guy out for a party first. Hold on. What? Okay, so hold on a second. So if you press down here... never mind. I was confused and I remain somewhat confused, but... Hey, where is Doug? Isn't he supposed to be hanging out here? Am I completely wrong? It need to not be raining, because I don't really have any control over that. Actually, hold on a second. He's not going to be available for this part of the game, is he? Because he's like one of those plot-restricted characters for the plot mission. I just clicked with me that that's the case, so oh well. Maybe we can find somebody else. Like if we go to the south side here. I can find Irina, even though we already have a good thing with her. We can also find the murderers and just freaking recruit her.
This job better pay.
Maybe. And still, there's a good chance you might find some undiscovered treasures. Anita is supposed to be willing to accompany you, I'm sure. I mean, I could possibly go wrong. Segment weekend complete, really. I don't know why, but she's even like higher level than one of the other characters that we're able to hang out with at this point. It shouldn't be as much of an issue to just power level her. And there was another thing, right? If we go to the, well, not my gamepad, which I just picked. If you look at the list of basic missions, there's one apparently that wants you to go to the Outfitters test hangar, or wherever that is. Do we know where that is? Apparently it's in the industrial district, it's this place. So let's go over there and try to figure out what's going on there, I guess. Global Nemesis Teletia Plume. Oh well.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Talk about cute.
I've been playing this for 50 hours and it still feels like there's so much crap I don't understand. I need to spend a lot more time with this game to actually get into it, but... Is this where we need to be? Oh, it's need a big swamp. Okay, so we could have done this before, but never mind. It's just like to let you know that there's an affinity mission there, but we can't actually do any affinity missions right now just because we are in the middle of a regular plot mission. Technically speaking, even though we won't actually be able to complete that for a while. What else can we do? Gather, hunt 5. We can do this. Let's do like a couple of hunting quests and just wind it down and just bring it to a close. Just because I'm gonna need to figure out some other stuff actually. Didn't we try to do this before and we couldn't because we couldn't like reach them? Hold on, if we travel and our skill comes with us, we might actually be able to get on top of this thing now, maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Can't climb this because it's too much of a sheer cliff, but maybe if we like make our way around, then what just happened? I just got even more uranium. We can go and we're maxed out. We can go and complete the other, give uranium to people for money missions right now, but would we want to do that, or would we want to look more into this first? Hold on, let's head across this little channel here, and maybe if we get up there we can cross the land bridge and get on top of that island. That might be where we have to go for the I can't believe it's shallow enough that we can just go on the fucking bike all the way, but let's try to find a way to do that first, I guess, as long as we're here. We can also fight Coral Siphius, but at this point I'm very much favoring just staying away from things that I'm not positive that I can just kill. So apparently somebody else has got it covered too, so, you know. On Siphius 12. Okay, that looks like there might be a way to get up over there. Also, I think I'm hearing bird sounds from outside my window, and I don't know if they're from like a pet bird that somebody has, or if it's just something outside. At least I think their bird sounds are just like very shrill screeches. River Orvis, really. Oh, it's a bird. Speaking of birds. I'm pretty sure that bird sounds that I just heard didn't come from the game, though. But non-starter. Okay. We could have gotten all the way up here with just going on foot, but now we need to... we need to do some mech action so we can actually stay on track. This guy's gonna go on site, apparently not. It might help that probably don't care about us just because we're in a huge mech. Probably would have aggroed on site if we hadn't been driving the mech there. I guess this is how we need to get up here to the bridge so we can get to the top part of this island and yes, hunt some Jade Scarpos. Are you a Jade Scarpo? No, you're a Vulcan Orvis, but you look like you might actually be beatable, so let's do that. I can't weaken anything with my... with my mech, as it were, not at this point. Oh, there we go. Yeah, pretty simple, says I. Mealworm. Orvis laughing bag. Vulcan Orvis, alright. I don't think this guy's actually will aggro on site though, just because of the fact that I'm... what are these guys? Marlock, Wind Trooper, and Daryl the Eradicator, who's only level... whatever, level 29. I'm hearing the bird sounds again, you probably can too in the background when I speak. I don't know what they are. Let's get this, or try to. Hold on, do we need to like get on top of it so that we don't get heard and interrupted? There we go. Or not, because this fucker decided to pop out of the ether and the abyss, so he can just interrupt us. I'm just gonna fucking stay here and hit him this way. There we go. Now can we actually, look at this thing? There we go. It's that gonna be difficult. Apparently the place we need to go to hunt whatever it is we need to hunt for the current basic mission is this way, so I guess there's whatever it is we need to kill is gonna be in this cavern. What is it that we're supposed to kill? Was it Dark Vesper? No, but apparently we've been spotted by fucking Cave Mortifall. I don't like these things. I don't like Mortifolds in general, just because they're obnoxious to deal with. And you can't even tell half the time which side is the front and which side is the back. Alright. Now we got some heals. The noises. Say I'm sorry I needed myself, even though that affects everyone. I never understand that thing. I'm sorry I needed myself, but I mean... we're getting the soul voice healing anyway. Oh, for fuck's sake, this thing just keeps... Alright, fine. Blood sacrifice, even though... I guess we're gonna try fighting these dudes too, just because they do seem to be guarding the way to a... what do you call it? They do seem to be guarding a salvage point. That's what I've been calling those things. There's like what you're supposed to call them, but... I guess there is one particular detail that doesn't really matter, like in the entirety of Verge of servers, but hopefully this game hasn't quite gotten to that point yet, and I doubt it will. See no way that it could be. That such a thing could be possible, to be honest. The game is actually not bad, so... that's the main thing. Also, there's our little friend here, but... Alright, we have hung in there. Tout leather from both of them. And we are now able to at least get to this. I don't know if we're going to be able to. Okay, it's archaeological. Only level 1, so we can get this, so it's not just a waste of time. Although those are the things that we're supposed to kill, the Cerbos. grab dude spot. First we need to deal with these pieces of shit, I guess, because there's no way to get to them without that. Yeah, sure love waterfalls. They're the most fun enemy to fight. Ours is the front. There we go. We'll however fall down here and make it a little bit difficult to get back up there. Right there. Wood splatter. I don't even know what the heck we're fighting anymore. This thing? Yeah, we win. Not really making any kind of real progress, but it just removing some of the obstacles that are happen to be on the way to the thing that we're actually trying to aim for here. Well, we've come this far, so sure we will. I mean, because it's taking so long, it's probably will be the last thing I do for now, but nice that we're at least finally able to follow up on that freaking mission that we began so long ago. What else can we target? The front legs? No, apparently. No, the front shell. Well, apparently we broke all the body parts. Nobody class ranked up. That wasn't me. I'm still rank 1. What are these blatas? There's one of them down there, and still one more up here though, so let's just get right to the point and and I will try to weaken if this fills up all the way. There. Yes, enticing as that sounds, I don't think I need it. There we go. Completely screwed that guy up again. Sticky Scarecrow Silk. I hope there's at least 3 more of those guys around here that I can use to complete this assignment. I see the guy down here. I guess we're... There we go. but apparently that will already aggro the next guy that we're targeting here, which is not a bad thing, but I'm not sure how that happened when I wasn't actually intending for it to. Right, there we go. We're managing to do something. Well, we're apparently going to be hitting blade level 7 soon. Might as well try to do that. Or anything else happens, but we need one more Skirpo thing, creature. To kill, and have killed all the visible ones that apparently we only had 4, not 5. I can try to get to the other salvage point in this cave before I leave. But like, what's back here? There's apparently a couple of terrible camouflage mortifols, and this thing looking very alone here. It seems kind of suspicious. Yep, what do you fucking know? Oh, that was an accident drop because of this fucker showing up just like that. He'd end up just oh boy, how are we heading in again, alright. I don't know what I did right there, but that did seem like it was, you know, giving me more numbers than before. I can imagine that's a good thing. Where are you? How can I hit you from behind? Apparently I cannot, so. Well, this time I will use an aura. Just that sudden freaking onslaught. Use an aura, and because I use an aura I can no longer actually friggin' revive my dead teammates. Which I was kind of thinking of doing. Okay, now I can. Come on. This dude is almost dead. I'll probably focus this guy next. Seems like he's having a bad time. Also seems like he's kind of boosted somehow. I don't know how that happened, but it means that he should be getting dead sooner than the rest, and so he did. By the rest we of course just mean one more, of course, but that's just a detail. A Vesper Hertlip, alright. Now we can actually take care of this and move away from this place forever. And action has succeeded. And my little icon thing is glowing, I don't know why. Saw 10 and now I'm seeing 1. I like doing joint interceptor pathfinder maneuvers or what? Christ. Apparently I can't find my way up there faster because then I get ambushed by these shitty mortifols, no matter where I turn. All I want at this point is to kill one more fucking Skirpo, and so I can move away from this place, but apparently that's not gonna happen. Let's, for fuck's sake. Now, if we're gonna fight one thing, it's gonna be this guy and nothing else. Fuck the rest of these guys. I do not feel compelled in any way whatsoever to humor them. Oh, well, we did it. Well, this syrup, but of course we can't possibly be done yet because of nonsense. Blatters and shit. This is probably as good of an excuse as I need to, like, get enough points that I can actually level up my blade level. Now what are we doing? How did another one of my party members die? That's unfortunate. It's one of the competent ones this time. I fucking hate mortals. Oh, that didn't hit at all, really. Even though it's supposed to hit enemies in the front, not just one enemy. These fuckers just aggro the other Skirbo as well, even though it hadn't happened yet. Under my watch. I think they did. That's nice. What the fuck are the rest of them doing? They're clearly not up here. I guess we seem to be really confusedly dealing with, failing to deal with the rest of these idiots. So them actually finally coming back up here. Hold on. So I guess as long as I'm up here, this will go like murderous. Oh, well, I guess managed to find her way back up here. I don't know why Lynn is not capable of doing that. Alright, finally. Okay, what the fuck else are you fighting? How are you fighting something down there? How did that possibly aggro? That's my fucking question. Is this the last guy? Come on. How many million years have we been fighting for now? Oh, we disconnected from the server, that's how long it's been. Oh, there we go. We made it to Blade level 7, just barely even. Somehow. And apparently we have one more encounter, we can also level up my current class ranked by 1. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll take a quick look around here, just to, like I said, no, it doesn't have to be like this, period. He will not heed the things that appear from the void simply to exist. They have no reason to. We'll at least fight things that we can see, or that which we cannot. See and see coming. There we go, now my class rank is higher. Apparently became an arts master, I don't know how. Seriously, that didn't trigger the self voice. It's pretty dumb. Okay. No, the dual is not something that I will deal with. You guys can go out there, but I'm just gonna stay here and... Oh, what the fuck are you doing? How are you fighting something that's not even here? Are you invisible? That's what I want to know. Oh. I don't know about you, I'm staying right here. There's literally no reason why the game would think that I'm fighting right now. But apparently it does. Alright, now apparently there is only going to be one way to do this, and that's... to address this thing that shouldn't exist. And didn't exist. Until they decided to. I would love to, but it needs to come over here first. I can't wait for that fucking Mortifall in the corner to also come to life. That's gonna be really fun. Yep, how do you fucking know? No, fuck this. I'm killing the other one first. Right there, now we can actually fight this guy. Maybe. I might not be able to, really. Where the fuck did those things come from? Whatever, we're using this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was a terrible sequence of fights. But at least we ranked up again. At least there is that. Can't wait for this thing back here to turn out to be something that I can't even get with my current rank. But at least have it at least has the decency to be level 1. Apparently that's not even the final thing that we can get in this cave. Let's at least take a look. See if there's something else we can reach. I would rather it not be something that just like surprise. There's a million guys that are just gonna pop out of the darkness and hit you, but I don't know what to expect at this point. Okay, apparently the blood are still targeting me even. Despite the big level difference, they don't care about that. Let's not bother with them. Unless I can follow us all the way over here, which I guess where the next thing is gonna be. These guys I will at least accept fighting because they're at least right here where we need to be. I don't know how that could have missed me, okay. I would love to, but there's so much you can do. Now what? Let's get back here at least. Now what? What the fuck are you doing? Why would you be fighting anything else right now? There's nothing over there. You're idiot, you know, walk into the nest of enemies that have, you know, sight aggro, even though they really shouldn't be doing anything to us right now. There's absolutely no reason why a fight should be going on at this point, and yet here we are. We'll almost come back. Will we be able to say that for the other ones? Well, apparently Lynn went all the way back out there and is fucking getting herself killed. I'd be okay with her down, for fuck's sake. What? How is there a... what? Are you shitting me? Another thing that emerged from the ether, really. I'm gonna stay right here. If we're going by laws of physics, that thing shouldn't be able to do anything. See, I cannot target anything at this point, ergo can't understand the reason that I shouldn't be able to target me at this point, but... apparently we're not particularly concerned with that at this point. Yeah, apparently I do not care. And apparently we're gonna have to go over there and kill that guy, even though he's not even in the same essential room as us. Why? Well, because... it's not gonna help me. And you already know we still don't have the ability to. Ability to fight these enemies that we're supposed to be fighting just because they refuse to leave the water. Nope, can't even navigate. This is nice. And I'm dead. Well, at least we're still up here. I don't know, should we try again? She's expecting us to be like all the way back in the main continent, which shouldn't be an instant. Yeah, no, fuck this, I'm out of it. What if we eat? I would really prefer to never have to return to this place ever again, so... And there's a dual goal that shouldn't exist because it literally just jumps out from nowhere whatsoever. Christ. There's a fucking thing that just exists to make it difficult to just take 2 steps. And maybe other things are just like litter. It's nothing but litter. Oh, okay, that guy is dead. And now I'm all the way down here. I don't know how that happened. I guess there's nothing I can do except try to find somewhere that doesn't involve me getting cheaped out by other things. I would like that, but it will result in me getting thrown off every time. Alright, so can we please... Is there any way whatsoever that we can get to where we want to get to without this motherfucker being... deciding that it wants to be something that shouldn't exist? But the answer is gonna be no. And let's wake up this piece of shit so that it doesn't get woken up later. I see how this counts as melee strike, but I like the question that it works in my favor. Alright, oh, maybe now we can like get past this thing, maybe, if basically that made any sense, but apparently it doesn't here. Of course all the fuckers that were back here are gonna be alive again. Why wouldn't they be? And now they're saying that something exists back here, which... Okay, let's at least leave them back here so that we don't get cheaped out by the fucking bugs that are on the far side. And even though I'm hitting them from the back, that does not count as being in the back. That's interesting. Look at that, the murderers is dead. Good. Well, that's not even the guy that we're aiming for. It's another guy. And now apparently we need to deal with somebody that's stuck in the wall. That's nice. What if we deal with the other guy? Oh, there we go. That was terrible, but at least we didn't get cheaped out by the fucking flying guy that emerges from nothing this time. And we got the final salvageable thing, which means that we can leave this place forever, presumably, which is the real good news. And yeah, we have a bunch of uranium. Let's go ahead and let's set the thing for those missions here that require us to expend uranium. I don't know where they are, but there we go, uranium request. 36 units, 3600 units. Let's do this one first. Let's go do that, so we can finally end this off. Apparently I'm in pretty dire need of better understanding of some mechanics if I'm going to even continue this normal story so far, even though I've been managing without so far. A little bit troubling, but somewhat understandable. Well, not just understanding that, but also apparently having to grind a little bit because all of the freaking cat people boss fight members right now are definitely higher level than we are. Some of that might also be acquired.
Damn it.
Melee Waterworks Chief.
You made it.
Do you have 3600 units of uranium? Sure do. And that takes care of that. I'll go ahead and set that. What are we doing as far as affinity with murderers anyway? Where is she? Apparently quite low. Clearly we need to keep this up. But we do have one more uranium request. Let's see. Go to West Melville Street.
Hear me out.
Well,
And we got here. Segmenting quarters has been updated. The reef on the White Whale on the cliffs of a small island in the western part of Quarters. Oh well. Oh, here we are. Here to deliver the uranium, I trust. Sure do. Oh, that's to deliver uranium things that we got. And also apparently a salvage point that I'd forgotten about before. It's archaeological level 4, so we can't do anything about it. Maybe that only was left here after the ganglion attack. But let's go to the commercial administrative district and let's get some skill upgrades since we did raise our blade level. Let's see what this is going to carry with it this time. Now reach blade level 7. There's apparently 3 more to go.
You're making a name for yourself.
This bonus is right here. All the figure projectors added. Okay, so there's just more of those now. 2 more. What a dazzling spectacle when we have all 5 projectors decorating a room at once. I know. For bonus skill, we could max out archaeological or biological. Apparently we're gonna have to get to level 5 for some of them. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I guess we should do archaeological. We've just been seeing more of that. Alright, so
Come back soon.
guess we'll be upgrading biological next. So now that we have archaeological 4, can we like go back to where we were just a second ago and check the debris? And maybe actually do something with it this time. Whoops. Just do that immediately so I don't forget, but also probably gonna end up going right back to the Blade Concourse so I can see at what other basic missions I could accept this time. There we go. For archaeological segment recon complete. Oh, hooray. I don't regret that at all. Well, now let's go right back in the Blade Concourse. Let's... check the thing, see if we can't accept any more basic missions that we can like solve immediately. We'll just do more of that later. Slimy tongues. What? Scales of Justice. Guess we'll accept this one immediately because we can just complete it immediately. Let's find any more missions like that that we can treat in the same way. Good old rock and balls in Oblivia. I guess that's it. I guess the rest of these right now are just for like hunting stuff. I guess the murderers leveled up. What else? Muscled Simius bulges from young Simius, sure. 4 cran jellies. 3 acorn abacuses. Let's try to get as many of those out of the way as possible right now. There's also like no more for delivering Muranium from what I can see, so I guess we can just go ahead and dump that, the rest of that into the weapon manufacturers. What else? Anything else we can do right now? I guess we might as well. Oh, here we go. 700 Muranium. Yeah, we can do that right away. 6 USX spacesuits in Primordia. Oh shoot. Right, apparently it's gonna rain. I don't think it is ready already. 3 CZ rabbits in Primordia. And that's it. Anything else that we can just complete immediately right here, or should we go deliver the Muranium? Oh, another Muranium request. There we go. Meaty Velo X. I can just keep doing this, but I should probably just like do the rest of this off stream. I'm probably gonna keep playing this for a little while off stream after I end it, so that I can try to figure out some of the other stuff better, but let's just do this for a little bit longer. Meaty Velo X, yeah, and I think I'll leave it here for now and just take over the rest of these later. I'll just go do the rest of the Muranium delivery and then dump the rest of the other Muranium that I may have into the weapons manufacturer, but right now, let's see, go to missions. And Muranium request, let's see. 1800 first, that's where? Oh, right here. But where's right here? Like, to the north of where I am, apparently? I know they're gonna be in an alley here, or if they're gonna be in the hangar below us, they might be in the hangar below. Or they might be right here. Maybe they need to load in. I don't know, let's give it a second. How this game is. I'm hearing the disc having a few struggles in there. Apparently they're not in here. Yes, they are in the hangar after all. Which means that we need to jump down to the hangar somehow. Let's see. There we go. Male mechanic. Number 2. You heard that Muranium. Twin scale maintenance and the other heavy machinery, we really chew through the stuff. And there you go. I mean, I just put down some pros and I just get the stuff for free now. Every so often. do the other delivery and then we'll call it for now. I'll probably have a few more of these basic missions off stream too, but I did manage to get the stream time to 4 hours, which I wasn't expecting to, because basically I'm not able to do anything else progress-wise now because I'm too underpowered to fight the cat people, but... Industrial District. But I am aiming to try to at least do something about that. Or at least try to do something about that. That's a better way of phrasing it. Alright, here we go. Uranium Researcher. I've got the 700 units. There we are. And finally, to actually end things up, let's go to the Armory Alley and dump the rest of this uranium in whichever of the weapons manufacturers has got it coming next. I think we all have, like... We switched all our gear from Sakuraba Industry stuff to another one, right? Meredith and whatever the other one is. Or not. Apparently we're still giving them plenty of research points just from this stuff. Alright, 3500, that's still not going to be enough to fill up the thing, so yeah, might as well just put the full thing in there. Whenever we get more uranium, that's gonna have to be enough, but for now... Yes, it's already 4, basically. Let me go ahead and stand right here. As I usually do, so that I can end things off for the time being, so... There we are. It's the full crew of people who are very prone to death, it seems. For different reasons... And you might expect for each one, but still. But yeah, that is where we will be leaving things off for now. We cannot kill Gajiarga or Galbuide or the rest of the Rothian warriors, because apparently we're 2 weak sauce, so we're gonna have to work on that for a bit. But for now, let's go ahead and end things off. Might as well just switch to the post-stream screen right away. And turn this off because I'm not using the iTunes thing right now, so... So yeah, this has been today's session of Xenoblade Chronicles X. I should be coming back tomorrow at more or less the same time for more of this game. And thank you again to Farahino for the raid. And to anybody else who might be hanging out right now, I might be doing a very, very small raid of my own, I guess, if there's anybody else that I usually watch who might be alive right now. I think I see one person. Let me go and take a quick look, I suppose. I might be raiding somebody, so if you would be willing to stick around for just a few minutes longer, that would be great. I would appreciate that, but independently of all that, you know, just to summarize things, I should be coming back tomorrow with more... Well, actually, no, not tomorrow. I think I will be coming back on Sunday, which is 2 days from now, tomorrow this game, at more or less the same time. Hopefully after a little more preparation going on behind the scenes, starting right now, probably. And yeah, that's pretty much it, so you all take it easy. Thank everybody for coming like always, thanks for chatting, always great whenever people chat, and if you would be willing to stay for just a minute longer, I think I'm going to be throwing a raid at, I think it's pronounced Astra Annie, in spite of the obvious, who I believe will be playing a little Dark Souls 3 today, doing New Game Plus, but right now she's just starting the stream, so... Would be willing to stick around for that, that'd be nice. I don't really have a raid message or anything, but... you can do what you say, what you will. You can say as you will. I always say that. And I always do that independently of whether people that I raid with have that or not, so... You know, you do you. And I will see you on Sunday, as I said, with more of this game, and then I will see you on Monday probably for finishing Dirge Observers. I might be starting a new game, and that'll continue on the week, but independently of all that, I will see you later.